Welcome to No Quarters, episode 4. We are a video game podcast where we talk about video games and other video game related video game issues
And things.
such as
Video games.
video games.
And sometimes not video games.
Sometimes.
Very minorly.
Games that are not video games.
Right.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yes.
So, hey, guess what?
Exactly. But anyway,
I'm the Beach.
I'm Mackie,
I'm Harlo.
and we have a special guest this evening.
What?
Yes.
Wait.
It's not that special.
Well,
Well, I'm just saying, like,
okay,
if
so we have a
you're not going
guest.
to go, like, I don't know, whatever.
It's not a one-off.
No.
He's been here.
And he
It's not
doesn't
like-
ride the short bus.
It's not
so
like
he's
Cliff
special
Blazinski
like-
or somebody's
Yeah.
here.
He's
or
been in
Xbox Live Yeah. Nelson.
Yeah.
Larry
Larry
Hurd,
Hurd,
Xbox
Xbox
Live's
Live's
Major
Major
Nelson.
Nelson.
Anyway, it's TStrel. Welcome.
Shiny.
Shiny
TStrel.
Lights TStrel.
I guess he's kind of special.
He's
How
just
high are
T-Strong.
you in the Rock Band rankings?
It's less than 400 now.
Yeah, I say there you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
TStrel is the only person I know who has played more Rock Band than I have.
He's the only person I know who has his entire friends list full.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all
I guess
Rock Band players and then us.
Yeah.
Right?
You basically
It's
you
pretty
go
bad.
you go to his house and turn on the Xbox and like you get 50 invites. It's like, dude, Rock Band 2,
Rock Band.
Rock Band 2.
LFG Trentron.
Lego. It's all hitting the Legos now too. So
Yeah, but he's also first person I know who had an arcade machine in his house.
Ah,
yeah.
And that's actually how I
Snap.
became friends with him because I heard he was building one. And I was like, okay, I have to see this.
Hmm.
And
It was
yeah,
a long time ago.
yeah, that was like close to 10 years ago. So
Has it been that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it's been a while. 8,
God,
7, 8
we're
years.
old.
yeah, but anyway,
Speak
he's
for
here. He's
yourself.
here to talk some games with us. So welcome.
All right, thank you.
We'd rather have Cliff Blazinski.
He'd be more extreme. We can't call him Cliffy
Yeah.
B anymore.
We can't.
No, he's Cliff Blazinski now officially. No.
Clifford.
Yes, Clifford Blazinski.
Apparently, Cliffy has some kick-ass news soon.
Oh, really?
Oh, all his
Oh,
news
he-
is kick-ass.
I would be shocked if it was Gears of War 3.
You mean,
only
yes.
2 years after the original
Maybe.
Gears of War 2.
Um,
The original Gears of War 2.
Lost Planet 2 will sport some Gears of War cameos.
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
heard that.
They already said that.
BFT.
But anyway, yeah. Let's talk video games,
Oh.
people.
Right.
I beat Batman.
Yay.
yeah.
Arkham Asylum. That game's
Well,
awesome.
wait a second. Did you beat it?
I
He beat it, but he didn't complete it.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm working through the challenges now, which you
Mm-hmm.
and it's something I'm still impressed with. Have 1,000 points in that game,
I do.
which is hard,
Yay.
hard as fuck
Yeah.
to do that. I mean, like that is just doing some of the stuff in those challenge arenas is among the most frustrating gaming you will do.
Yeah. So I like 90% of the game within the first month of it coming out. Well, give or take with my whole Xbox debacle I talked about last episode.
Yeah.
But so I beat normal mode and found all the challenges. The only thing I had left to do was I think 2 achievements for challenges and playing it through on hard. I breezed through hard like because I didn't care about finding stuff.
Well, yeah, but I remember you telling me that you went through and you beat the challenge rooms first,
Right.
and then you went through hard, and hard took you like
Yeah.
an
You're right.
evening to do
Yeah, it was.
without much effort.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because that's true. Because by that time, the combat challenges were what were holding me back. I had all the Predator challenge done, and I spent about probably 30 minutes to an hour on Shock and Awe Extreme, mostly because
hate
it's
that one, 'cause it's
timed. Yeah, so it was a combination of doing it fast enough and getting enough points.
and
so
dudes with shock batons.
which by the
it's the
end
worst part.
they really didn't even phase me. I mean. The only thing that even phased me in the challenges later was like the Titans, just because
Yeah.
they would mess up your
Well,
flow.
the shock baton guys, I would just accidentally hit one of them.
Yeah.
That would be what would screw me up.
Yeah.
But then I spent a good solid at least 2 hours on Rumble in the Jungle
The
Extreme.
very last one.
Oh dear God!
I've got
I went from getting lucky if I was getting 20,000 to creeping into 30, and then I think one time I had like 49.5, and I almost threw the controller because you have to get 50 to gold it or whatever. And I almost threw the controller, so I just took a little break and focused myself, and somehow came back and got like 67,000.
Yeah.
Just I don't know how.
You're way up there on the leaderboards.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Somehow it just all went right.
Yeah,
that one
I'm
time.
only at around like 26,000 on that one.
Yeah.
And that one, and I guess 30 is when you get the first, like the bronze medal kind of.
Mhm.
But
But yeah.
yeah, one thing I should have listened to your advice on is doing the challenge rooms as I unlocked them.
Okay.
Because what I did, I played through. I had only played about maybe a quarter of the game. Last podcast, I was up to the first scarecrow encounter, and I played through, beat all of it. Kind of took my time playing the game, but I got to the very end, and I decided once I got there that I was going to have to do the party pooper achievement, which was a little bit frustrating because this achievement basically means at the very end of the game, like there's maybe 2 scenes after this one section, you have one chance where you have to fight 20 guys who are in a room, and they won't attack you. They'll just stand around clapping and wearing party hats, and if you can just ignore them and just go on through. And do the end of the game basically. And I mean, at this point, it's not really a spoiler to say this, but I mean, it's like you're at the end of the game when you get to that point, and you can skip it and just go in and play. But the only way to do it again, if you really want that achievement, is to play through the entire game again. So it's kind of like you're there, you're like, all right, fine, let's just do this. And my problem with that achievement was that the game does not prepare you for that level of difficulty. Just fighting the normal groups of guys throughout the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
what are there, 20 of them?
Yeah. Well, I think there's 4 outside, and I want to say like 16 inside.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it's a very small room, so it's like you have to know what you're doing, and the game doesn't really prepare you for that. So I got stuck there for like 2 nights worth of playing, where I would just be like, I would keep trying, and
and the angry Xbox Live messages I
yes,
got.
yeah, I sent some very, I was.
I'm about to fuck this fucking game and it's fun.
And that's the thing is I was loving the game up to that point, and then I got there and I was like, why did they do this? And I guarantee you that was in the game, like you had to fight those guys to get through the door. In
Right.
testing, I guarantee you that was in the game, and then they said, no, we gotta, if they want to do it, they can do it, but we should make this optional. But knowing how people play for achievements, or at least people like me play. Yeah, like, no, I know a lot of people that, like,
Yeah, I know.
we're like, okay, I'm here, I have to do this one. And, trying to get that and not being able to go back until another entire playthrough kind of sucks, because it killed the momentum of that game for me. Because it was like, I was just kind of like, I want to see the end, but I don't want to skip this because I don't want to have to play it again, because the only other time I'm playing through again is on hard whenever I go for that achievement. So it's kind of like, it's just a poorly placed one to make it that you can't go back to, kind of. So that frustrated me, but once Harlo, I'm just gonna give it away. He gave me the best piece of advice ever, short of do the challenge rooms because you learn how to fight. Which, yeah, now I could go through and do Party Pooper 20 times and beat it 20 times easily now, because I've gotten good at the challenge rooms. But what he told me is use the gel. If you put the gel on the floor before you start the fight, you can knock out a whole bunch of guys in the very beginning, and that gives you everything you need to be able to beat the rest of them. And if I hadn't done that, I would probably still be trying to beat that freaking thing a week and a half later.
Yeah, we're glad there were 2 weeks between this podcast and the last.
Yeah.
Because
there was a little bit of anger.
about a week.
It needed to subside.
Yeah,
just a little.
Yeah, I'm much calmer about it now. And the game, it's like everyone has said, the game is fair. It really is.
Yeah.
You're either good at it or you're not, and it's not like it cheats you out of anything.
Yeah.
It's completely fair in its combat.
The only
system.
thing are the like lunatic monkey guys.
Right.
Those guys are kind of not fair.
Well,
but
they only show up.
Yeah.
There's maybe
Yeah.
10 in the regular game,
Right.
and then they just show up in that endless.
the infinite challenge room. is the only
what is
place
it? The
they show up.
insane night pack.
Yeah.
That's the only places they show up.
Yeah.
But even so, there's a way to beat the guys, and they never really cheat you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've learned that, but I was frustrated as hell because the game really does not prepare you to be doing that achievement if you have just been playing the game, and I had not done a single challenge room before that.
Well, if you've done nothing that weekend but play that game, it's no problem, because I've described this before, I think, on this podcast, that I played that game for 2 days straight practically. I woke up Saturday morning. I woke up Saturday morning and played as far as I could get until I fell asleep, and then woke up Sunday morning and played as far as I could get till I fell asleep and beat the game. And I think I got through that on my first try, but it was insane in the zone. I don't think I could do it again like that. I had no problem with that room.
Yeah, with you talking about it, playing through hard, because I didn't have to do it. I'm going to paraphrase the listener comment that you don't beat those guys in a room. for an achievement, you beat them because you're the goddamn Batman. Not our listener, but that was, I believe, quoted off of Giant Bomb. Yeah, by somebody that wrote into them. But yeah, so even on hard, I was like, I'm just going to take these guys out because they're there, and that's actually where I got the gel idea, because I was expecting it to be hard because you'd been talking about it, and I'm like, well, I'm on hard mode now, so I could get my ass kicked potentially, and the gel thing, it was like, hey, they're not attacking if I space this gel out in 3 spaces across the room.
As soon as you told me that, I beat it first try. Right after you told me that, I set the gel down, and it's like, oh, there we go.
Yeah,
they're all dead. And this is after me seeing 2 nights of playing for like an hour and a half each night, going, why God, why did they do this to me?
Are you going to play through on hard?
Yes.
Okay.
Not right now. I'm going to play a few other games, and come back to it.
Beat them up like a man, then.
Because really, the story is pretty awesome in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere it goes, and I really like that the boss fights don't repeat themselves very much at all. Like you learn new skills and you use them each time, and each boss fight feels unique.
Oh yeah, okay, yes.
In that you don't.
I was going to say within the boss fights they repeat their same shit.
Yeah, but as far as like when you're
each boss is fought a different way.
Right.
Yeah. The only one that was annoying on hard, I'll say, is Poison Ivy. That was annoying on hard.
She was annoying to me in general, but I suck at games.
Well, I mean, that was one of the ones where on normal it wasn't a big deal if you accidentally rolled into her little grab you on the floor vines.
Yeah.
But that would tick off half your health in hard really quick.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much had
my problem with that fight was when there were things they would shoot at you that were you couldn't, if you were going to hit her in the window that it gave you to throw your things at her, you were going to get hit by one of her whatever energy ball things.
Yeah. Oh, before we start talking about the Batman, can I gloat one more time about what I did on the endless one?
Yes.
just because I still don't know how I did this, but on one of the insane night packs, it's not a challenge like the other ones. There is an infinite number of guys that will just keep coming out, and I somehow
it's just a survival mode.
It's fight as many guys as you can until you die. I somehow racked up 100 hit combo.
That was pretty impressive. I was there.
That's insane, especially with the crazy
I just somehow I saw them right at the right second. I either knocked them down in my crazy let's take out some guys, or I just somehow got lucky and hit Y every time they came at me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, you told me when you were playing through on hard, you were routinely getting the 40 hit combos.
Oh yeah,
like every fight.
Yeah, it was funny because I struggled with that for a while, even on normal, and then somehow in the challenges in hard mode, I was just doing it a lot. I think we racked up like a 50 or 60 hit combo one time.
Well, you're officially like the Zen master of that game.
Pretty much.
I don't know.
I've got, I've beaten most of the challenge rooms with like one with a bronze, and I've got a 3 on maybe the very first one. But like to get the gold on that last one is completely insane.
You've melded with the game.
I guess I have. Well, what's funny is I've talked a lot of trash, but the combat kind of reminds me a little bit of Assassin's Creed. Like when you get into that's one of the things I actually enjoyed about Assassin's Creed was walking into a bunch of guys and just going to town with that. It's kind of it's like a jazz rhythm kind of fighting. It's not button mashing.
Right. It's
it's a timing thing, and like
timing
you just watch the guys.
Knowing when to counter was very like countering was the most important thing. In
being patient enough to counter.
And that's one of the things I was great at in Assassin's Creed. Granted, I complain about that game, but that was fun to me. Like find the biggest group of enemies and just jump right into the middle and go, all right, come on.
Yeah. And in that way, it actually kind of reminds me of God of War to a degree, because you can just lay waste to guys with the square button or whatever button you press to kill dudes. But when you're in some of the later levels and you have the enemies that you have to do certain things to kill these guys, and this guy's got a shield, you do get in that button rhythm where it's all right, hit, big hit, dodge, jump, hit.
It's timing becomes so timing. And you told me also one of your tricks was that I was getting too eager to just like jump to the next guy immediately because I was so worried about my combo ending. Whereas you said, just take your time, don't jump to the next guy right away. Pick which one you want and then go for him, and just be patient with the buttons. And as soon as I started doing that is when I started getting huge combos out of that game.
Yeah, I like that kind of combat. Not frenetic, just like a timing like I said, a jazz combat.
Yeah, but that's why that game is so awesome. Is not only is the story, the story in it is fantastic, the voice acting is fantastic, the graphics are fantastic, but even just going back and playing, just fighting is so much fun.
TStrel sitting there with a blank stare on
Yeah.
his face, like, I haven't played this.
I haven't played it yet.
Something that I like?
Well, I almost got it into your realm. I was saying there's a rhythm to it, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly like a rhythm game. Only
Yeah.
you're
Sweet.
fighting dudes.
yeah. Except there's no little colored lights telling you when to press buttons.
There are, because the combo.
Well, actually,
Oh,
just hearing about it's actually making me want to play it. So
yeah. It's an
It's a
awesome
lot
game.
of fun.
Yeah.
And
Fuck it, play it on easy. I mean,
Yeah,
if
just
you're worried
experience the
about
game.
if you're worried about the combat or what
Well,
few
really,
puzzles there are.
I never got stuck in the game except on Party Pooper, which is optional, which was the smart move to do it that way.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a way to replay it without having to replay the entire game to get to that point.
Yeah.
But and one other thing is I want to talk about is the collection in the game, all the extras, all
Gotcha,
the Riddler stuff. That's a game that did collection exactly how it needed to be done, because it unlocks
Pretty much.
it unlocks new stuff. It's actually fun to sneak around and find new things, which
And you never feel that stuck because you can go find the area map and you've got your detective mode. So between the
Yeah.
two, it's not like you're
It's
going out super out of your way. It's more
it's
like
never like hunting in
Yeah.
hunting for a needle in a haystack.
And
It's always
it's not hard to find the maps either.
right.
The maps aren't like super secret.
yeah, but the maps are hidden in that you're not
Yeah.
just going to wander through a hallway and suddenly, oh, here's the map.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to
But you can
seek them out.
But you can find them. It's not like
Yeah.
you have to, fly up or climb up to some giant spire and then glide down.
But that's
know,
a stark contrast to the game I played right after.
Hey,
Yeah,
segue.
was Transformers the movie, the game.
Oh, would that be from Gamefly?
Yes, that would be the game, the infamous number 16 on my queue from Gamefly that they sent
So
me.
that's Transformers, the toy,
The cartoon,
The
the
movie.
movie, the cartoon,
Game.
the toy, the game, or the toy, the
Yeah.
movie, the game,
Yes.
something like that.
That one,
Explosion.
from the first movie.
Kaboom!
The first movie. I haven't played the new one yet.
You haven't played Transformers 2: Revenge
So
of
I
the
did get that for like $1, so I'll have to play that one soon. But yeah, that game I had beaten everything in it except finding all the last Energon cubes, and there are
Put the Energon cube in my chest.
yeah.
Put it in me, Sam.
You do that voice a lot better.
Slowly.
Yeah. And this is like why games that get collection completely wrong, like Batman, they do everything right. This one in Transformers, there's 10 levels in the game. 8 of them have the cubes you can collect, and of those 8, each one has 100 cubes in it. So you're looking for 800 cubes
Whoa,
over the
whoa,
course
whoa,
of the game.
whoa, whoa, whoa! You never told me it was 800.
It's 800.
Yeah, fuck agility orbs.
yeah, I was just
Yeah.
thinking the
Whoa.
same
It's worse
thing.
than agility and the thing
Well,
is they don't make a sound like then yeah, and they are completely random. Like there is no rhyme or reason to where they are. It's like you can
Also, agility orbs.
there
was no.
yeah, but this is worse because it's like when you
Find the Energon cube in Megan Fox's snatch. First place I looked.
and the best part is
I didn't even know there were Energon cubes to look for. I was looking there.
wow. All right.
Sorry, once a week.
Yeah, I don't even follow that. No, but there were
Find the snatch cube, Sam.
Transformers. Michael Bay. I love it.
Kaboom! I've had way too many energy drinks today, so
I
I
can
apologize
tell.
for all that.
Yeah, but anyway, the best part of trying to hunt these down is you know
Nothing.
what you do. You go on the internet and you find a map.
Yay!
That's what you do when you have a
Is
collectathon
there a map
game.
for that? There is.
There are maps that are scans apparently from the strategy guide that doesn't have all the orbs on it or all the Energon cubes on it. It's like and you look on the message board where somebody posted them and they're like, why are there only like 93 on the map where there's supposed to be 100? And then so people would like list where, okay, well, I think it's this one here. So, I mean, even the maps that are on the internet didn't have all of them. So it became a matter of trial and error and sometimes you would round a corner and it's like, oh, there it is in the middle of the street. Okay, that's easy. And then there was one, it's like, there it is between the 2 dumpsters that you have to jump over 3 buildings to get to. And, it's in this little corner that you've probably walked by 20 times, but you just didn't angle the camera that specific way to find it.
I got to ask this about it. If you start knocking stuff over, do they at least stay stationary or they move?
The orbs?
Are they like an
Or
object in the game?
Energon?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're an object. They don't fall. They stay where they are.
Oh, okay. That's
Because
what I
they're
was
all
asking.
like floating a little bit above
All right.
the ground.
I just didn't know, like,
destroy
yeah.
everything
Well,
until you find it.
I think that's where he was going.
Yes, yeah. There was one that I think the second level is once you beat everything, you're in this little suburb, and you control Optimus Prime. And I had one Energon cube left, and I swear to God, I had gone block to block, canvassed this entire map, and I was like, I can't find this fucking Energon cube.
The cube there is no cube. It was inside you the whole time.
So yeah, so eventually what I end up doing is I just said fuck it and started destroying everything in the level, hoping that like being able to see through buildings would allow me to find the other one.
This is emergent gameplay, folks.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and there was a certain point where we realized like I had leveled this entire city and like everyone's attacking me, and I had just decimated everything. Every building is on fire and it's all gutted out, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm Optimus Prime.
This is so awesome.
Like, what the fuck am I doing?
I am Optimus Prime.
Like, I'm Optimus.
I am
Why?
going to fuck your city to death.
Yeah, it's like the police car's like, boo, boo. And I'm like, I just started destroying everything in sight that was possible. And the worst thing is, I still couldn't find it.
Jesus.
I couldn't find it anywhere. And then eventually I wandered through like a neighborhood where I'm like, okay, yeah, you're all dead. I've killed everyone. And there it is, sitting between two of the houses in the neighborhood. And I swear to God, I'd run down that street 50 times before trying to find the stupid thing.
Sam. I've looked here 50 times.
But yeah, so I finally...
Get off my back.
I honestly think like that game was like a punishment for people that want achievement points. It was like one of those deterrents. Like, you know what? You need to. It's like an intervention. The game is just saying you need to stop. This is what's wrong with you. I think that's the only excuse they could have had for putting 800 fucking Energon cubes in the game. Then being like, yeah, you have to find all of these to get 100% in the game. Mm-hmm. And the only thing they unlock is concept art.
Oh.
Or actually, it's not even concept art. Usually it was the covers from
Concept
the 1980s
fart.
comic books. Like, that would be the cover. It'd be like...
I would have no motivation
The
because
very-
I can go
the-
to my closet.
I know,
and
I've
get
got-
those.
Yeah, the very last one was like the Game Over Optimus Prime cover. And that was like the very last one. And I was like, really? That's it? I could buy that comic for $0.25 right now. And you know what? It would have gone a lot quicker.
You probably would burn it if it was
I'm
given.
disappointed at the Google search results for Optimus Prime fuck shit up. Or Optimus Prime will fuck you up.
Well, trust me.
I'm going to try
I made sure that he did.
Optimus Prime is fucking shit up.
Even better was at a certain point you unlock the G1, the Generation 1 skin for Optimus Prime, so he looked like the old truck and not the movie truck. So that was kind of fun to destroy the entire city. But yeah, I went completely nuts hunting these stupid Energon cubes for no reason. But anyway, destroying the entire city as Optimus Prime, I felt very Michael Bay-ish.
As well you should.
Of course, it
Well, you shoot.
it kind of became a slow motion thing too, because the frame rate dropped so significantly because of all the fire and smoke and everything falling apart around
So you had
me.
actually time to look for it.
Long story short, I was Optimus. I destroyed an entire city, but I got all my Energon cubes.
Huzzah!
And I sent it back to Gamefly, and haven't canceled yet because I removed everything from my queue except for like 3 brand new releases. So we'll see what happens.
You took everything out of your Gamefly cube. Gamefly cube.
My Energon cube.
Energon cube.
You took everything out of your Energon cube, Sam. So, everything but which games?
I left Bayonetta, Darksiders, The Saboteur, and Dark Void.
They're going to put something on your list and give it to you instead.
They're going to be like, we noticed you removed NBA Live 2006.
Obviously, you wanted E.T. for the Atari 2600.
I bet they'll send me a PSP game. Like, you
Yeah.
wanted Monster Rancher.
They're gonna
No.
they're gonna send you Scribble Nuts.
Oh.
You know what they're going to get back?
An
You're gonna
envelope
get
full of shit.
An envelope full of plastic pieces.
That would be awesome. That's what I actually suggest you do with Transformers a game. Put it in the envelope.
It's already been sent.
In 800 pieces.
Yeah. No, put it in the envelope and then break the shit up.
Yeah.
We do not encourage
Fuck you,
vandalism here at
Gamefly.
Headquarters.
Yeah. So I'm really curious to see what they'll do now, what they'll send me.
Nothing.
Because I've given them 4 brand new releases. I am fully expecting an email that says, nothing you want is available right now.
Please
These
add
aren't
more
the games you're looking
Yeah.
for.
And,
You
if,
can't-
and,
you
and if
can't-
that happens, I will cancel
You,
immediately.
you have 4 on your list right now?
There are 4 on my list.
They're probably going to come back and say, with as
4
few
is not
games on
enough.
your list, we don't have...
Yeah.
Or tomorrow you'll get an email saying, we've changed the terms of service here at Gamefly, and you must have at least 10 games on your list now to get any video games. So that we can send you number 10 and number 9, but 9 will be broken in half, and 10 will have a scratch halfway through that will ruin your game experience.
Yes.
If
That's
they
what Gamefly sounds like.
if they send you ET for the 2600, can I borrow that?
I have the actual ET.
I think
for
I do, too.
2600.
Yeah, I had like.
I think
4
everybody
copies.
has one because we've all. If they weren't in the
No.
landfill, everyone else had a copy that had 2600.
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
You
never.
didn't get disappointment for Christmas then, so you lucked out.
True.
I'm probably one of the few people in this entire
Wait,
face
they
of this
made
earth
Tony-
that liked that game.
They made
I
Tony
liked
Hawk
it.
Ride for the Atari 2600?
They did. It had motion controls.
Wow.
The motion was
You
his,
actually-
his neck went up and he went.
Tony Hawk's neck?
No, E.T. But Tony Hawk's neck might.
oh.
Tony Hawk's E.T. for the Atari 2600. Future, it comes with a plastic bicycle.
E.T.'s underground. A tug.
I want Tony Hawk's Hawks.
Tom
There's-
Clancy's Tony Hawk's Hawks.
Right.
Tony, the terrorists are invading. We're going to need you to take them out. I'm on it, Chief.
Right on, dude.
900.
Do a barrel roll, Tony.
How about a 900? How about a 900 instead? Woo! Woo! That's the official sound of a 900.
Is it?
Wow.
Seems
Just
much more
imagine.
exciting on
Could
TV.
we be any more
Yeah.
off the rails right now?
No. There's no rails to be on. What
right.
rails? Okay.
Hey, speaking of
So
subscription
now that we've talked about
services-
what games I've been playing,
Oh. Is that
For-
what we were doing?
an hour.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, TStrel.
have you played anything new?
Not new, actually. Well, yeah.
New to
Played,
you.
The Rock Band Lego.
Lego Rock Band?
Yeah.
So tell us all about it.
It's the exact same as regular Rock Band with the different music, no fail mode, family stuff.
Gotcha.
It's fun.
Yeah, I liked playing it at your house. There were some good songs on it. I
Yes,
like
I
that it pulls a lot of your DLC in
Mhm.
from the regular Rock Band, so that's pretty cool too.
Anything obscenely unfamily friendly that makes it through?
No.
No.
Hardly anything.
That's cool.
Well, I mean,
The final countdown.
Yeah, the guitar solo.
Ghostbusters,
I seem to
yeah.
remember the guitar solo being a pain in the ass on that game.
yeah, but with the no fail mode, family mode,
Mhm.
it's all good. It's easy enough.
Yeah, I seem to remember it like if you failed out, it would kind of let you play a section to get back in.
Mhm.
So you could continually fail over and over and over.
Oh,
It
yeah, we
was-
failed a lot of
Yeah, because that's
some
what I
song.
did. What was that? Two Princes, the Spin Doctor song.
Oh shit! Why are we not playing this right now?
Yeah.
I did bring it.
I know. Why are we not playing this right now?
What the? You can sing the whole song like a retard. It's fun.
Yeah,
I've done it.
But that song on drums just murdered me.
When,
It completely murdered me.
what was the one? There was one, the bass line. Jesus. I don't remember what it was. There was something I was just like, oh, this will be fun. Holy crap.
Was it Ghostbusters?
No, Ghostbusters was easy. I don't know.
Yeah. But for me, it had "Tick Tick Boom" by the Hives, which
yeah.
I would have paid the $60 just to get that song.
Wow.
And it did not disappoint playing it on drums either. It was just as much fun as I was expecting it to be.
Nice. At one point, you could I think right before the Christmas holiday or the December holiday, whatever you fucking
Old Navy.
celebrate. Old Navy had it.
Yeah.
If you bought like $20 worth of clothing,
That's how I got
you
it.
got you got a fucking
That's how you
free
got it?
Lego
Yeah.
Rock Band.
Wait, you're not
Yeah,
joking?
but
No.
but it was like,
Oh.
but this was the day that it opened at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
Right.
it was for
And
one
it
day.
was- and I
every
think they had
store had
10
like 20 copies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But
So
what-
you really had to be like dedicated to getting Lego. Rock Band.
No, I just...
My
the
fiance's mom.
crossover was a little weird there. I'm just
my
sorry.
fiance's mom went in and bought like 2 shirts for her son
Mm-hmm.
and got the game for free, and that was my Christmas present.
oh,
Oh.
that's pretty cool.
That's
Nice.
pretty awesome that she was in line that early.
Yeah, I know, right?
She's
I had to work that day, so I was not going to be at Old
She's a
Navy at 3
shopper.
in the morning.
Sheets.
I had to sleep that day.
I thought you said Old Navy because we were talking about non-determinate holiday, and I thought that was their Christmas
Ah.
or whatever. I was like,
Well,
I
I thought
had
that
no
was
idea there was
Verizon.
actually
Yeah,
a
no, that was
connection.
one of their. That was like
Okay.
one of their Black Friday specials. Was that?
Yeah, it was Black Friday. I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
All right.
But then it was weird because they didn't even have the game in store. Like as far as like the kiosk that was set up, they had a Beatles Rock Band kiosk set up.
Yeah, it was weird.
And I was just like,
Apparently,
I've
I haven't
heard all
been in
these
an old
songs
Navy
enough
in a
times.
very long time. Why the hell do they even have that?
Why
I don't
wouldn't they?
know. It's the weirdest thing. They just
it doesn't
decided.
make it, it's just like in the middle of.
Yeah.
the
Hey, we're
store.
Old Navy. Why don't you buy a video game?
Okay.
No, did they even
Yeah, but
have it
except-
for sale?
no, they didn't
I
have it
think
for
they just
sale.
had the
It was
kiosk
just
there
for
that was
free.
like, hey,
Yeah.
why don't you play Rock Band?
That's so weird.
It really was.
I mean, that's
Just
like
get
having
people in
like
the store.
the car like they have in the middle of the mall and like the middle of Barnes and Noble. Like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe you might like this
Yeah.
car while you're looking at books.
It's like having a Cartier kiosk in a 7-Eleven or
Yeah,
something.
it's just very strange.
Yeah, it didn't make any
Incongruous.
sense. But yeah, I mean, the thing about Lego Rock Band, it had some good songs in it, but there weren't that many. It's like we kind of, I gotta say, during the course of the party that we were at, where we played all those songs, it was kind of like we were all just like, all right, we've played everything we want to play here.
Mm-hmm.
Was I there for that?
Yes.
Oh, I was probably trashed.
Yeah, you
I
were.
believe you were.
Yeah.
It was New Year's Eve.
You were singing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. But
Man, I get fucked up. Like, I don't need a reason to,
Yeah.
especially if there's Rock Band involved.
So you know what's funny though? I got invited to do a Rock Band night down at 5 Points Coffee and Spice.
Oh,
yeah, are you
yeah.
gonna be doing what night?
I think I'm probably gonna do it Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
That's cool.
Hmm.
That's a local coffee shop here in town, and they're pretty open to doing, crazy things. So
You do realize we've confused every listener because, like, I think every major city has a place called 5 Points.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's fine.
I know.
yeah.
They
Now
can
we're
all show up
indeterminate.
on Tuesdays. And if
Come
you-
on down.
Yeah, and if you see
I've been
Rock
5
Band there,
Points.
you
Where's
might
the
be in the right
coffee
city.
place?
If you can find 5 Points Coffee and Spice
Oh, okay.
on a Tuesday, then go
Show up there and,
yeah, show up.
start your own rock band
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, I could go there play some drums.
Yeah.
You might be
Yep.
able to meet the crew of No Quarters,
Yeah.
The
and
only,
also the crew of the Bamfcast might be there.
Oh,
Maybe.
what?
yeah,
Those fuckers.
or at least
And some of the guests,
Yeah.
you just might see them. But yeah,
Me-
I also got some DLC for Rock Band.
Oh, cool.
A few,
What'd
few
you
new
get?
songs picked up. Picked up the White Stripes pack.
Meh. All right.
Which, but yeah, it's on drums.
It's like
kinda
one guitar and drums and vocals.
Yeah, I was a little
Ma-
disappointed when I bought it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, they don't usually do much."
Did
for
you
their
try
drums.
Did you try playing Icky Thump on guitar?
No. Oh yeah, yeah.
It's insane. But I don't know, that one was easy. I don't know, it's this, they're really easy, but they're fun. I don't know how that is. I think there's just like something
It's like
primal
Moni.
about
It's like
how-
Moni Moni.
yeah, it's
Moni
like
Moni
about
is so
how they play.
repetitive.
Yeah, but how it's just I don't know why, it just seems like I want to bang on those drums harder during those
Yeah.
songs because they're just those types of songs, and that's why they're fun. And I also grabbed the two Phoenix songs, 1901 and Listomania.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I think they kind of missed the boat on those as far as if they had put them out 6 months ago. I
Yeah.
think they would have sold like fucking gangbusters.
Yeah.
But I think most people who like aren't really into those songs have kind of been like, yeah, those were good, and then they were in the Cadillac commercial and fuck
Yeah.
Phoenix now, that kind of thing. But
They are a pretty okay band.
yeah, but it was something I noticed though is no matter how many times I've heard the song, I'm never quite sure how to play it until it shows up on the screen.
Gotcha.
And they were both a lot harder than I thought they were going to be. I mean, I knew there were going to be a few parts that were going to be confusing, but I don't know. It's kind of, that's one thing about Rock Band DLC that's always been kind of like the little, I don't want to say deep dark secret about it, but it's always when there's a song you really love and then you get it and it's hard as fuck.
it's not exactly what you thought it was going to
Yeah.
be.
And it's like, just kind of like in El Scorcho when they make you sing the wrong part at the end
Yes.
of it.
Oh god, that messes my
that
head
sort
every
of
time.
thing. It's like
They
that's
Yeah.
how 1900 or not, well, 1901 was a lot easier, but Listomania, that's how that was for me, where it was like there's just a section with the toms that for some reason the timing, even though I'd heard the song 1,000 times, I could not get the timing right on it, so I failed out like the first 3 times I tried it. And it's always disappointing when you get a new song and you're like, yes,
Especially
they're
when
finally
you-
putting it out in Rock Band.
you know
and
the
then
song
you get
and
like,
you-
and then it's like, your guy's walking off the stage, it's like, Listomania failed 30%. You're like,
Yeah.
God damn it!
Can I exchange this for something I don't
Yeah.
fucking
No.
suck at? There's what's today? Today's the 26th.
Yep.
So when
Spoiler.
you get this,
Too soon.
so when you hear this podcast, you will have already probably bought the new ones. Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade, which is
right.
fucking awesome. And my favorite Blue Oyster Cult song ever, Godzilla.
And that's
Some
where those points are going to be going.
Yeah.
Points I
Some,
got for Christmas.
I'm definitely getting Bulls on Parade.
Nazareth. Hair of the Dog. I haven't even heard that fucking song.
Yeah,
You just want to say
it's
Nazareth.
weird. The I Mother Earth song they picked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they didn't pick So Gently We Go, which is actually like, at least I don't know if this was a thing like in other places. And I mean, it was one of those songs that was like I thought it was a one-hit wonder for them. And it wasn't even really that popular, but the radio station where I grew up played the hell out of it in like 95
I don't even know
or
what
96.
fucking song you're talking about.
I'll have to play it for you. It's a really good song.
Why don't
It's
you
like-
sing a couple bars?
No, that's all right. And it's not really about the singing either. It's all about like it's like just one of those big epic 7-minute songs that's really good. So I don't know why they didn't release that one. Instead, they released a generic sounding whatever from the rest of the album.
Oh well.
See, that's I never understand why they pick what songs they do.
I don't know. It's
Whether it's
kinda,
the artist that picks them that says, "Hey, here you can have
right.
here's 5, pick one," or I don't understand their whole process sometimes.
Maybe they go by like European iTunes downloads.
Well,
Maybe.
no, that's SingStar.
Yeah.
Half the
Oh,
SingStar store is like songs you've never heard of because they're huge in Europe, which apparently that game is too.
God.
Here's Europe by Europe.
Rock Band 3 really needs to integrate that whole video thing.
Oh, that's
take
awesome.
videos
the
of you
whole
playing
YouTube video thing that SingStar has.
Oh, yeah.
integrated
Oh,
in it.
that part. I thought you meant
yeah.
the video in the
No,
background.
with the
No,
stormtroopers
no.
and the whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, Rock Band.
Yeah.
God, if Rock Band 3 doesn't have that,
Stormtrooper
they're totally
band.
missing out.
Oh yeah.
Be-
Because that was by far the best part of SingStar.
Oh, yeah.
SingStar wasn't even really that much fun to
No.
to do the actual
Putting the
game
videos
unless
up
you
there.
like the video. But
It's fun to
just
watch the videos
watch
in the
people
background.
do stupid crap in those videos was fantastic.
I found myself buying songs in there just because I was like, I could go buy this like on iTunes and buy the video, or I could just buy it and watch it here and play a game while I'm at it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just as cheap,
Yeah.
if not. Actually, it's cheaper. It's like 50 cents cheaper.
Yep.
And you still get the video. There it is.
We could dress up as Lego people.
Mm.
To do
We'll
that.
get right-
Minifigs.
Yeah, minifigs.
Have you been playing anything else, TStrel? No.
Yes, games you won't allow me to talk about.
Those
Oh
aren't
yeah,
games.
those aren't games.
Oh. Oh.
Those are casual distractions on the Facebook.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. That's
Games
right.
games
That's all right.
attached to
Social
social
website.
networking
Yeah.
are not
Games
games.
specifically designed to be addictive
Mm-hmm.
for people of that personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
My raspberries are ready.
I got your raspberry right here.
Well, then why don't you fuck off?
It's
The
amazing how
raspberry-
many of those games there are out there.
You could
I've
be a
had to-
farmer in those
I've had
clothes.
to hide all of so many of those.
There's like 1,000.
Yeah, I'm sure I've hidden people like entirely just because that's all they do.
Yeah, you'll never hear from them because
You do still see some of my feeds.
No,
No.
no.
At all?
Oh, no, we don't hide like you, just the,
Yeah.
the applications.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've been
Those
hoping for.
those that shall not be named.
Right.
Hey, I've backed it down to 2.
What?
There was more?
There were more.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Boy.
Ay.
So
Speaking
back
of
to-
crap
back to-
online,
yeah.
Harlo, I remember last podcast you were talking about a certain beta that you were going to be playing.
Beta, yes.
Yeah.
What was that?
Where
Where did I boldly go where hundreds, if not thousands of people were playing a beta? Oh, that's right. Star Trek.
Star Wars Offline.
Yes. It was
So you
Right.
trekked through the stars.
mm-hmm.
Online.
Yeah,
Online.
it was Buck Rogers, the MMO.
Buckaroo
Roger.
Banzai. Yeah,
Buck
no.
Dodgers in the 24th and half.
Yes.
MMO.
Yes. So yeah. God, I don't even know where to start with that game.
What did you name your guy?
What did I name my guy? I was very clever.
Douche master.
Harlo.
Morgan fucker.
His name was you. So you
Yes.
just named him Harlo.
Yeah. I went back and made a fucked
Did you
up
give him like
character.
a last name, or is he just like Spock?
I don't know.
Harlo.
It only shows up as Harlow. I mean, you can go crazy and be MMO-ish and put your whole biography and blah blah if you want to.
I'm important.
But yeah, I was on the
So you could
starship.
be like Harlo Baklava with like
Yes.
with the little apostrophes in between.
Yes, but no, my character was Harlow on the starship Schrodinger.
Schrodinger.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Were there any cats on there?
couldn't say.
It's a different question.
Couldn't
It's
say.
more
If you
important.
look in the starship, it would invalidate the starship.
There you go.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's honestly like it was scary because that was the most beta like MMO I have ever played in beta. I mean, really rough around the edges.
Really?
And I mean, I know everyone was like, "Shut up, man! It's a beta. They're gonna fix." I'm like, this is 2 weeks away from release. Like, really? I mean,
How
I'm just
much can they
scared. Yeah, I
fix?
mean, how much can they fix? Now, granted, they did a lot in the time that I was playing it. Patches were coming out almost nightly and fixing stuff. And up until I was on last night, now at the time of recording this, they're shutting it down tonight, so I will not be on at all tonight. But yeah, they did fix a lot of stuff. It still feels pretty rough around the edges.
Yeah.
This,
That's my. I'm just worried.
yeah,
Like, I don't know where the longevity is.
this is one small problem that arises to me with such a widespread use of like, oh, here's the beta. Go ahead,
Yeah.
everybody. Here's the beta. Here's the beta. Here's the beta. Essentially, you're getting free QA out
Right.
of your potential players and possibly spoiling the
Yes.
the experience for a lot of players as well. I don't know if it's a big problem, but it's something that concerns me with the widespread beta release of everything.
Yeah, I don't think that betas should be released like demos.
Right.
Because that's the way most people. I trust me, I'm complaining, but I'm coming from someone who's played lots of other betas, and I understand what a beta is.
Right.
I mean, I've been on lots of beta tests, but this was the roughest I've seen, closest to a release for something of this scale. I know enough about how games are made that I know that is a lot of shit to go in and fix when you got a universe as big as this.
It almost makes you wonder if they didn't take like the buggiest version of the game and
That's
go,
what
like,
I'm hoping.
Here,
Yeah.
fuck
what it
shit up.
sounds like.
I'm hoping like
just
this was
absolutely fuck shit up and tell us,
Yeah.
we'll sift out the chat.
I mean, I'm really hoping like that this was like some sort of version, like a rough version where they didn't put the polish in, because there was obviously like dialogue missing up until like one time I booted it up and all of a sudden Nimoy was doing voiceover where he hadn't been in there before. Now I know he's supposed to in the final game,
right.
but like all of a sudden I was doing a story mission and I hear Nimoy dialogue that hadn't been there in previous days, and I'm like, oh, okay, there he is. So I'm hoping that that's pretty much what they did, is they gave you mostly the engine and not the polished final
Right.
stuff they're going to throw in at the last second.
yeah, let you break the engine instead
Right.
of breaking the
Right. So, that it's just it's weird because
tires.
this is the strangest thing about it, is they've done what they've done in the past and other games have done, is they've offered this year-long and lifetime subscription. Those become invalidated the day it releases. You have to decide solely based on the
Before
beta
it starts.
that you want to commit to a year and or lifetime subscription.
And
I can't do
How
it.
much is the disc? How much the yearly? How much was the year?
Oh, you can only do it before the beta ends. So you
Right.
have to.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to decide by like
you
next
couldn't-
Tuesday.
You couldn't like
Ouch.
play for a month
Right.
and then go.
This is pretty good."
game's awesome. Why don't I just buy a lifetime
Right.
subscription?
how much
You
is a
can't do that.
lifetime?
A lifetime is
$240.
$239. Yeah, $240. So you're basically
$240 plus.
plus buying the game.
Buying the game.
It's basically you might as well say it's $300. Now, that's 2 years of playing at $15 a month plus buying the game.
It's probably going to last 2 years.
I don't doubt that. I just doubt I can commit to it based on what I've seen. I feel like I've
Right.
been given this rough version, and it's like, well, decide if you like it or not. And I'm like,
Was just the look rough, or was the play rough?
there was just a lot of bugs, like a lot of little things, like I mean, for example, the most fun is space combat. Space combat is a blast, especially when and one of the things I like is if you go into something and it's meant for more players and you go in without other players, it throws you into something with other players that are just, because it works on the same kind of principle that Champions Online did, where you're basically essentially playing in a small server that's connected to a bunch of other servers. So at any point in time, like let's say I click to go into this battle, and someone on even this other server that's not even on mine goes and does the same thing, it just automatically groups us together.
Okay,
So it's
like matchmaking.
kind of,
but,
yeah.
Not really.
Yeah,
But it's all seamless.
it's all seamless. Like you
That's
you
pretty
never
cool.
have to pick which server you're on unless you want to specify what server because you want to play with friends.
Gotcha.
But it's not like not like WoW where when you create a character, it lives on this server. You're kind of
Right.
just in the universe, and all the servers come together.
Yeah.
But what's cool is like if it's too hard for one person, it just throws you in. There's 4 other people. Go.
If it doesn't have enough people,
Well, no, if it's just something that's generally too hard for one person to do, there's enough servers and enough people generally speaking, trying to do one thing at one time, especially in the beta now.
Well, I'd really like to know what happens if there aren't enough people to fill it out.
I don't know.
But
Maybe
do they all
there are some AI ships. Like some of these big battles, like you can see that this is person X and they're in their ship because it'll say their name and they're obviously their named ship. But then it'll be like Nebula class cruiser over here, and that's just an AI thing. So maybe it just throws more of them in if there aren't enough people to compensate.
So,
but where I was going with that is one of the bugs is I got in this battle. It was me plus some AI against some things. It wasn't one of the things where it was meant for other people. I got a phone call, and so I'm sort of half playing, talking on the phone, and I died because I wasn't paying enough attention. When I came back, the AI had disappeared.
Whoops.
So it's me versus all this stuff by myself, and so I had to like quit.
Fuck this, we're
I had
outta
to like
here.
I went in and I'm like, okay, I'm boom, 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 dead. I'm like, oh, okay, what? And I did it like 2 or 3 more times, and I'm like, okay, something's not right. So I quit out of it, go back in, and the AI's back again.
Weird.
So it's little things like that.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
did it have? I know you talked about things that you had imagined in a perfect Star Trek game. Did it have any of those? I know you told me that the ranking system works.
The ranking
exactly
is
like
pretty
you
much
thought
I thought it would. Yeah.
are you a starship captain like from the start?
Yes, because you have to understand.
Weak.
No. You have to understand
I
that
know,
the captain is a title. You start as an
Right.
ensign. You just happen to be the highest ranking ensign on the ship,
Okay.
making you the captain of it. It's a little ship to start with, and you build your way up to where you can captain a much
Like an
like
enterprise.
an enterprise type of thing.
Yeah.
So
everybody gets a
so
ship.
so you're
regardless.
called captain, but you're not captain rank. The captain rank is much further along.
Well, at least there's that.
Yeah.
I think you should have to
So you're like
scrub the
captain of the
nacelles
dinghy
first.
at
Right.
first.
Yeah, I mean, like you go to the Navy, and there might be a lieutenant
you
captaining
scrub my
a
nacelle?
very small ship. He's still the captain of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Yeah.
but so that kind of works the same. The thing that kind of bugs me is they really nailed the space combat. Like that feels fun. It feels epic. I mean,
On screen.
when there was like 4 of us taking on this giant Klingon cruiser, and we finally got it down, and like my holes were like at 30%. And
Your what?
the hull.
Hull. Okay.
Holes.
All right.
My hole was like at 30% open. No. And I'm already like on fire, and I've lost some crew members and things like that, and like I'm like, oh shit, we're all gonna die, and all of a sudden, boom, it explodes in this big, fantastic fireball in space. It was like that was amazing.
Victory.
Yeah, and then at the same point, like the ground stuff just feels really weak. Like it feels really choppy and very standard MMO, not Star Trek-y feeling at all.
The ground stuff in any of the Star Treks.
Yeah. Well, this just
any of
felt
the Star Trek
overly generic.
TV or
Yeah.
movie is really kind of shit. You
Yeah.
got the same 4, hilly terrain and
Yeah.
crystal
Now,
planets.
Were there a lot of planets you could go to?
There is. It's kind of a weird layout of the universe. Like you have like planet side view / I'm out of the ship and on the planet view. Then you've got like sector view, which might have a couple of planets in it that you can fly around vis-a-vis manual control of your ship over to there. And then you go one step further, and it's like the galaxy map. And when you're in the galaxy map, you still kind of control your ship, but you can auto set a course just like in the show, like take me to the Vulcan sector. And at that point, you're traveling at warp. So you're basically essentially, you feel like you're moving the same speed, but you're traveling great distances. So it's kind of cool. It's like this big grid map that takes you across the entire universe. And obviously you can go out there and discover new shit eventually when it's there in the game.
You can boldly go.
Boldly go.
Sweet.
So you're out for the $300
Yeah,
lifetime.
I can't do it.
thing.
I mean, that could end up
That
being
just feels like gambling.
Yeah, that could end up being a fantastic value if they really nail this one. And I may be kicking myself. The perks that they're giving you on top of this are not enough to go, ooh, that's pushing me over the edge.
What do they give you for lifetime?
Well, for the yearly and the lifetime, they give you 2 extra character slots for creating additional characters.
How many do you get?
I think it's only 2. It's kind of weird. It's very. It's kind of very
out of the
limited.
box. You only get 2.
It's 2 or 4. It's a low number compared to most.
They're going to do
MMOs.
like Guild Wars and charge you $4.99 or $9.99 for a
They
character
may.
slot.
They may. But doing the year and or that gets or the lifetime gives you 2 extra character slots. If you do the lifetime, you can play as a liberated Borg.
Woohoo!
Like the 7 of
that's
9
right.
people, and they get some cool bonuses, but it's nothing like, oh my god, I gotta have that.
Yeah.
So
do you think you will get their official game now that the beta's over? I mean, are you going to play the real one?
I've already pre-ordered it. I mean,
Oh, you are. So
yeah.
you're definitely
I'm in for at least a month after launch.
They
Yeah.
they really should let you have that month to decide.
They
on
did,
yearly.
yeah, especially like I said, this just feels like. I mean, I've been in a lot of betas. I wasn't in the WoW beta, which, for all I know, as polished as the game that ended up turning out to be, maybe the beta was rough. I don't know. Yeah, but
I do believe it was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of broken stuff, and I mean the launch of WoW was pretty broken. People had a lot of trouble
Did they?
authenticating and logging in and
Yeah.
just playing the game for like the first 3 or 4 days.
But that was, even though EverQuest and EverQuest 2, I guess, had been done, it was still kind of on that scale, had not really been attacked.
yeah,
So
hadn't been huge like that.
right. I mean, EverQuest was big, but it wasn't WoW big.
Actually, I think Galaxies was probably the first one that broke the mold as far as like, holy crap, we can't believe this many people want to play this
Star
kind
Wars
of game.
Galaxies.
Yeah, because that came about long before WoW. That was a good 2 years before WoW, and that was oh my god, too many people order this. We can't keep up with servers, and you literally couldn't log in and play Star Wars Galaxies for the first 48 hours of its launch. The
Holy
servers,
shit,
the
call
servers
CDW,
actually
get
died.
something in
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I don't know. It's rough, and time will tell.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a little disappointing in that.
for $300 for
That's
lifetime.
a
That's a
gamble.
lot of money,
That's a gamble,
and that's, but
and I don't say that.
we're an MMO reasonable.
Mhm.
Like as far as getting a lifetime subscription, I'd probably consider one if I
Yeah.
really wanted to play it enough. Like if there was a Fallout MMO, I would probably consider that. But still $300, that's pretty steep.
Yeah.
And that's my whole problem with MMOs is it always feels like the meter's running whenever you're playing. It's like if you're playing something else, there's like, at least with me, there's always something nagging in the back of my mind like, man,
You're paying for this. You're
paying,
Wasting money.
You're paying.
I paid this month for another month of WoW, didn't I?
And
I
yet,
should log
and
back
yet
in and play
too
that.
human, almost a
Yeah,
year.
I know. Yeah, well, that was in the back of my mind.
Okay.
I'll say, but
I know, but yeah,
it's still it's when there's that thing in the back of your mind that says, hey, I should be playing this because I've already paid for it,
right.
Yeah.
and I'm going to continue to pay for it.
It's a very weird feeling because part of me says, yes, you're a huge Star Trek nerd. You're probably going to play this past the point of the 30 days, And part of me kind of feels like I could be the kind of person that would log out and then I hear, oh, they've introduced so-and-so and there's a whole new storyline going on. And I'm like, oh, I know what that is. And now I want in.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of me is like, well, you got that lifetime subscription. You don't care if it just sits there for 6 months. You jump back in and go, play for 2 months. And
Yeah.
Or you could not pay $300 and just jump in every
right,
couple months.
and I know, that's the other thing that enters in my mind. But
Yeah, you really have to play a lot to justify $300.
yeah, I think like if it had a stronger showing at this point, I wouldn't have qualms with it because I do think that that's an interesting take and way to do that. But yeah, as shaky as the start feels and just the price tag, I can't do it.
Yeah. I
don't blame you.
It's
an MMO.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
The game the text-based one, if I had known 14 years ago, or if I'd had the option 14 years ago to pay $300 for a lifetime subscription, I probably would have.
Oh, is
for
this
sure.
a for pay thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it is. Yeah, it's paid. It's more expensive than it should be.
Okay.
But if I had had the
Aren't they
lifetime
all?
option, yeah. Well, it's like I don't know. It's like 14, 15, maybe $20 a month or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's as expensive as that
No,
seems.
no,
and
no.
then
I'm
you
just,
can get
that's
like
that's exactly what that's the standard pricing is $15 now.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's-
to think
but
about
it's-
that long ago is
yeah, but
pretty
it's
crazy.
Well, 14 years ago it was like a door service through AOL,
Right.
And then I think 4 years after that they went to web only, and I think it was $12.99 or $14.99 or something like that. But
no, it's just that's
they even
surprising.
have a premium service that's $40 a month for a text base. You get to play
40
Yeah, it's 40
a month. Does it come over and give you a blowjob?
No, not at all.
$40. What the hell
Yeah.
does what? I don't know.
It's
the
all
game
those
at
zeros
all.
and ones they got to push through.
But
Text.
did you
Yeah.
just say it was a text-based game?
Yeah, it's a text base.
What
Now,
the fuck do you get for $40 a month?
Porn.
I can't even wrap my head around what the game gives
ASCII
you that would
porn.
be
Yeah.
worth $40 a month.
Well, you get it's not a whole lot. You get, I mean, practically. No, it's not.
Jesus.
Practically, it's
Text-based
not a lot.
blowjob?
But like in the game, as far as the gameplay goes, it actually is a lot. But if I read you the list of shit, you'd be like, "What the fuck?
Is
That's
it
not worth it." Because
like
it isn't.
elite gear?
No, you don't get gear, but you do get you get special access to certain areas. You get 7 extra character slots. You get more storage. You get
much more game. In other words,
yeah. Well, you do get more game
in
but
text.
But I mean,
Now
not
the question is,
$25.
have you had a ongoing subscription this whole time?
No, not this whole time.
Okay.
No, I turned my subscription off sometime last year.
Okay. No, but I mean, up until then, you had.
Not the whole time. No,
Okay.
no,
Okay. Like
'cause
an on and off thing.
So you
Yeah.
just subscribe when you feel like playing it. And
Pretty much.
play for a while and then.
When you really get ripped, when you really feel ripped off, is when you have the premium subscription, and you're going through your daily life, not playing for a month, and then you see your bank statement
Ooh.
the day that it draws, and you're
And
like,
it renews.
"Fuck! I just missed a month paying $40 for nothing, for absolutely nothing." Now, when you go home at 8:00, you log in and play until 2. Every day for 3 weeks, then you feel like you've gotten your money's worth. But
See,
Yep.
that's MMOs. No,
yeah,
that's exactly right there. Why that?
The what? The
you
time suck?
You have to deal that. You have to
Yeah.
play it like that to feel like you got your money's
Yeah.
worth. Out.
No, you really don't. That's the thing. That's the great myth of it all. Is, I mean, look at how much you spend on an average game. Let's say $60,
Yeah.
and let's say your average game these days is 10 to 20 hours, right? You don't generally feel cheated. I mean, Batman. I mean, even as much time as I've put in redoing shit, honestly, if I was peak, let's say I got 20, 30 hours out of that peak time, besides me redoing shit, well, that's like $2 or $3 an hour. I mean,
but an MMO, if you pay
Yeah.
$15 a month,
right.
that's 50 cents a day.
Yeah, I mean,
And you
think
get
of all
a
the
couple
children
hours
you
a
could
day.
feed. No, I mean, yeah, just I mean the per hour. I mean, even if you play like an hour a day or not even that. I mean, maybe you
Yeah,
average.
if you play an hour a day,
yeah,
it's 50
I
cents
mean,
an hour.
you only have to average like 5 hours a month, and you've already got a way better value.
It doesn't seem like it though.
I know.
because our
You have
brains
not
don't
convinced
process
me.
money like that.
I'm just saying that like,
So you could do the exact same thing for 5 hours every month, and you've got your money's worth.
not in a good one.
It depends on how you play it. Because like I told you guys last week, I played this game, and we'll probably play it again in the future as almost a social thing with some. It's a social thing, and then I can just run over and do some combat and go explore the world or whatever, and then I can go back to social thing, kind of play the game how I want. Because
Yeah.
there aren't a whole lot of rules. Of course, it's an MMO, so you're not trying to beat the game, but.
So I guess I'm just an antisocial gamer. Is what you're saying.
I don't care.
Because
what
I'd
kind
rather
of gamer
wander
you are.
around the wasteland of Fallout and not talk to anybody,
That's fine.
and just shoot them on sight.
Okay.
That's fine. They have a game instance in the text base. You can kind of do that.
I'm sure I will type it in.
It's actually called the Fallen.
Go north.
I'll just go and I'll type LFG trench run over and over and over and over and see what
You have
who
been
responds.
you have been eaten by
Buy
a
gold.
grue.
Yeah, buy gold.
It'll probably take you
Open mailbox.
it'll take you about 30 seconds to get banned for life. They're pretty strict about it. It's kind of crazy.
Sounds like it.
Will I get a refund if I get banned?
Hey
for life?
guys, this
No.
is a pretty awesome mod. Delete ban for life.
Yeah, you'll get
If
banned.
any of you guys played
Diablo?
Yeah, you'll
That's pretty good too, and it has graphics.
you'll get banned for life.
Dude, where's Stormwind?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Now the one
Neverwinter Nights was better.
they do. I mean, to their credit, and everybody makes fun of the text base anymore, but I don't care because I enjoyed it and still will.
Well,
at
if
some
you
point.
enjoy it and it's worth the money for
Yeah.
you, then good
But
for you.
they do really, really develop it. I mean, they spend a lot of time developing it. They
a lot
have,
of time typing,
yeah, pretty much.
typing in new stuff.
And they've got like thousands of fucking rooms and huge descriptions for everything. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Go
Awesome.
ahead, please make fun of me.
I'm
No,
Okay.
Hey, if it works for you, but $40 a month.
Yeah, that's
I did pay that for a while, but I mean, I could play any of like 9 different characters that I had created, and the storage space and the premium areas to get away from the noobs were pretty cool.
Okay.
Text noobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're basically like buying VIP room access, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
like you're in the
pretty much.
champagne room the whole
Exactly.
time.
They lift the velvet rope for you.
Yeah. I'm paying for bottle service.
Come right in, Peach.
Yup.
I mean, dost thou come inneth my
Come in
mouth?
it.
Knew
Okay.
it was going there eventually.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I
let's
think
take
that's
a break.
2 for this podcast.
Yeah,
We need a break.
We're going to go play some text-based muds.
We're going to go play in the mud.
BJ is going to play a text-based mod.
Yeah. Hey, they've got a netbook mode for that text-based mud.
Really, you think? Can I play it on my word processor?
Almost.
Can I fax them stuff from the typewriter? Will that...
If you've got a dot matrix printer, you're ahead of the game.
That'd be great. Game
I
by
would
fax.
play that if I could fax them every time I want. I would just fax them something north.
North. Look.
Sorry, sir, you can't go north anymore. North.
I want a fax-based game, a fax-based mud.
You can't go. You'll get a fax back. You can't go there. Look and fax back into the description.
Sweet. All right, break time.
Blowing up the fax machine on the No Quarters podcast.
Yeah, baby.
Welcome back, second half, No Quarters.
Hey,
Episode
here we
4.
are, and we're still making fun of me playing text-based games.
We are.
Well, a little bit.
Well,
The same company that developed and has been continuously running text-based games since 1987, Simutronics. They actually have a 3D graphical WoW-style version that they've been working on since about 1473 or so. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think really they started developing it like 2001, 2002. And it's now 2010, and they still don't have a gameplay movie that you can watch other than top left corner of the website.
and I'm telling you, that's just a clip of WoW.
I think
They just
stole
recorded
a clip
of
of WoW.
WoW and put it up there.
It doesn't look exactly like WoW, but maybe they just
Maybe it's
reskinned
EverQuest,
it.
then.
Yeah, they just reskinned EverQuest.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Ultima Online.
Yeah, UO. That's I think
That's
the
the
one.
old one, yeah.
The one that
The weird
our
first
friend,
one.
yeah, Morality
What?
Void was playing, then making money off of was Ultima Online.
That makes a lot
That
of sense.
boggles my mind. So you're saying like he could sell a character for $1,000,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and someone would buy it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My uncle was both using real money and making real money in the game.
Like, man,
Completely possible.
Yeah, that's what Morality Void was doing.
I should have done that when I was between projects back in the day.
Yeah, no
Instead
kidding.
of playing Mass Effect. Jesus, I can't sell anything now.
You didn't make
'cause-
fuck all out of Mass
yeah.
Effect, did you? No.
I made level 60,
Big fucking
which
deal.
apparently gives me bonuses when I load up Mass Effect 2.
Did you make any
think.
dollars? Nope.
It's all your fault. The economy's in the shitter.
Yeah, I did not do my part by playing an MMO and then selling the characters on eBay.
Mm-hmm. It's the American way
Yeah.
and the Korean
But,
way.
Yeah. Final word on MMOs. If you like text, play Dragon Realms. If you don't,
Try something else.
play WoW. Or if you like space nerdy stuff, play Star Trek Online.
And if you like a life, don't fucking play any of them.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway,
All valid points.
I mentioned Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 comes out today as we're recording.
Obviously, we're not playing it.
Yeah, my copy has not arrived yet from
Oh.
Best Buy, unfortunately.
From
I had to order it online. Yeah, but they had the pre-order bonus. You pre-order, you get a special armor.
Ooh,
And they emailed me the
BFD.
code, so I redeemed the code today. And EA, I don't know what EA is doing, but they are making it such
Drugs.
a pain in the ass to get their DLC. I mean, they give it to you for free, but they make you jump through like a dozen hoops. Because Dragon Age did the same thing, where it was like
Dragon Realms?
No, Dragon
Oh.
Age, the Age of Dragons, Dragon Age Origins.
Ah, okay, not the Realm
This
of
one
Dragons.
has graphics, and the people speak to you instead of having to read type.
No, there's
It's
text, too.
crazy. But yeah, there's some text.
Aren't there like 9,000 books worth of text in Dragon Age?
I have no idea.
So you're still playing a text-based game?
Yeah, if you say so. If you consider code text, then yes, it's a text-based game.
If I want to read.
But either way, what you have to do is they give you a specific code that does not match up with like the 360 codes. When you redeem points or games or whatever. There's whatever that is. What is it? 25-digit code, something crazy like that.
Sure.
They give you like a 16-digit code, and you have to log on to their website
Sign up.
create and have like an EA account.
Of course.
And if you have an EA account, it might not match up with your BioWare account. So you have to link that to your BioWare account, which you have to link to your gamer tag. And then you have to log in through all of them and then put the code in for your stuff and then log in and get downloaded through the game. So you can't do a background download like from the the dashboard or whatever.
So what you're saying is you completed your very first quest.
Yeah, it felt like it. Well, the thing is, like, it refused to accept my password. I changed my password, and apparently I changed it for my EA account, but not for my BioWare account.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and I'm just like, all I want is my armor.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is making me angry.
Yeah, but, and I mean, it's like, they're like, well, day one DLC, and I understand the whole, we
Day
want
one,
we want to fuck over GameStop, which is basically why they're doing this.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, everyone can appreciate that because then they're like, well, if you pay $15, you'll get it. If you don't have a code, you're out of luck. But to have to go through all those hoops, and I'm sure they're tracking, how many people are buying it, and it's also time limited because I know in Dragon Age, I think they expire April 30th of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't redeem those codes after that point.
I would rather pay the $15 for the DLC,
Mm-hmm.
just pay it through, through the game store or marketplace, than have to go through all that bullshit.
Yeah, I like the idea of
Free is great, but
saying, hey, if you bought the new copy, here's what you get. But just give me a code.
yeah, give
It's
me a
the same
code with
thing.
a little scratch off thing like a lottery
Plenty
ticket.
of
so I
other
can-
games have done it. Just give me a code, I'll download the stuff, and we go. It's not, we'll create an account here and log into this and do all that. And so that was kind of annoying. But apparently I will have my armor whenever Mass Effect 2 shows up at my house and I put the game in.
Yay. So how will you choose between that and your free armor from the Age of Dragons? Your dragon armor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got the dragon armor. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're going to have so much armor.
Yeah, I'm going to be all armored up. And you know the stuff you're going to get. It's like after playing for 20 minutes, it's going to be worthless anyway, probably.
Probably.
That's fine, though. But,
Well, what was I believe there's a Penny Arcade comic about it, that there was like paid DLC armor you could buy for Dragon Age, and if you weren't careful, you could lose a character that was wearing that armor that wasn't you, and it was essentially gone in your game.
Oh yeah, you could give that armor to like one of your buddies,
Yeah.
and then
he could leave.
He'd
or
leave your
die
party,
or
and
something.
you'd be done. You could never
Yeah.
get it never get it back.
like in that game,
Yeah,
or
in that game, yes.
like if I started a new game, and
But
created
still,
a new
but you're
character, I
talking
still
about a
get
game
add-
you've invested hours upon hours,
Yeah.
and then I think there's like a $30 or $40 DLC that's coming out, like a big expansion for Dragon Age.
Well, it's not even DLC. It's like an official expansion
Yeah.
pack.
But I'm just saying, I mean, like
Like it's a separate game
I'm
on
assuming-
a separate disc, but you have to have Dragon Age in
Yeah.
order to play it somehow.
I
don't
think
know
the
how that's
age
going to
of
work
that
on
bullshit.
360.
I think the age of that bullshit needs to be over now.
well, except unless it's so. I mean, not that I like it, but I mean, Dragon Age has a lot of dialogue, and you do not want that as a strict DLC, because if it's 40 more hours of a ton of dialogue, you don't want that sitting on
Yeah,
your
it
hard
could be a
drive.
5 gig DLC.
It could be more,
Yeah. Well, what I mean is,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I mean, you're if you are essentially putting out another game that is going to be $30 or $40, why don't you just put out a game that's $30 or $40?
I suppose.
and not
Yeah.
require somebody to go back and
Yeah, maybe.
essentially you're forcing another. You're somehow forcing another game on someone. It's
Yeah,
it's
I guess.
weird, and I don't
know.
really like it.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with the fact that it's a big expansion. It's not like here's a couple levels. Because
Yeah.
so many of them feel like that. The only really truly like big one that I can think of. I mean, even the Fallout ones aren't like buying a new game. Like Shivering Isles is as close as it's gotten to like an old school expansion pack. Here's it's like a whole new game, but it's a little bit shorter and a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Shivering Isles is about the closest that we've come to that. And Fallout, if you bought all of them together, that's probably like another game, but in little chunks like that. So I don't mind that. Of course, it we'll still see if I enjoy Dragon Age all the way through or not. But
Yeah. It just feels weird. Like I've even started to think about the GTA 4, the episodes like the Lost and Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony, kind of like that, where it's like, well, really, you could have just kind of released this as a.
Well, they did later.
Yeah, they did later,
Actually,
but
they
you
did.
could just release it as a standalone separate but equal type of game.
Yeah, I didn't like that those were completely, utterly separate from everything else. Like,
Yeah.
you had to actually go into create new game and then select that from a menu.
Well, I think that's why you can buy the disc and not have GTA 4. But I mean, it sounds like with Dragon Age, you're going to be taking your same character and party and going on.
Well, yeah,
you know.
when it sounds, it's a direct continuation from the end of the story.
So I can see that needing the original game kind of thing. But
Yeah, well, need, not necessarily. You know, it should be like almost, well, to harken back to Mass Effect real quick, you know, you can carry your character over, or you can start anew.
yeah,
Well,
maybe.
But that's just me bitching.
But it also,
you know,
but
'cause
then
I
you
like-
have to
I
keep
like
in mind that it doesn't do what like Fallout and Oblivion does. I don't think it's scaling levels. You know, so if you don't have a character that's finished the game, you don't want to start at this point. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
we'll see, and we'll
It'll
see
be
if the, and
scaling
we'll
like
see,
Borderlands.
we'll see how the character, how the you know, the continue your character to Mass Effect 2 thing ends up working. Because I, from what I understand, there's a menu you select to pick things, and you know, by the time this comes out, we'll know exactly what you do, and you know, tomorrow I'll find out if the game shows up when it's supposed to. Because I am kind of curious, because I contemplated playing through Mass Effect again just to make the choices I wanted to make. Because like I said, I had so many different saves from beating it so many times that I
Right.
couldn't even tell you who was, you know, whether I had a Renegade guy or a Paragon guy, or you know, whether he let one person die or let the other person die or blah blah, all that stuff. So I'm hoping that there's a way to just kind of select those things and go from there, but we'll see. Or at least if it gives you a checklist when you load up a player or something that says, okay, here's what this guy did.
Radio.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Let's see, is there anything else we...
I'm trying to think if
haven't
I've
talked about?
really played anything.
We played some zombies.
Oh, zombies, non-video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, BJ and I played some House of the Dead Overkill.
Well,
Yes.
Last week's
Couple
value
zombies.
game pick.
Yeah. That was my first actual gameplay experience. It's a light gun game on rails. I mean, it's awesome. You know, it's ridiculously fun, and it's exquisitely gory, and it says fuck a whole lot of times for being a Wii game.
Yeah.
It's worth the, what, $20 right now?
It's like $11.
11? Fuck, it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
If you have a
That's
you
like
have
going to a
Wii.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. It's
But
most
I noticed
actually cheaper.
I noticed, and we sat down and played it basically straight through, and we got all the way to the end, and then we both died on the final boss and ran out of continues or whatever it gives
yeah.
you,
That I
which
don't
was
like.
which was stupid.
That's
Like
a
and
horseshit
we
move.
were not expecting that at all, because I mean we had breezed through the rest of the game, but one thing I noticed in playing it straight through like that is the cutscenes are really fun in the beginning, where they're just like random. Here's them saying stupid stuff, and you don't have much context for it, but you don't care because it's funny.
Then they try
and
to
then-
involve plot.
Yeah, and then they start getting into plot, and the cutscenes start getting longer and longer. And then by the last one, where they meet the warden, or you know, second to last, or whatever, they meet
Oh
the warden
God,
and doing
what was
all
that?
this
Like
stuff.
5 minutes?
They just didn't end, and we were like, "Who cares?" Because in the beginning, you just want to get through the light gun sections to get to the next cutscene because
'Cause they're
they're so much
ridiculous,
fun.
yeah.
And then by the end, you're like, "God, is this cutscene ever going to end?"
Yeah, it's pretty heinous. And then the only other complaint is you have these like brains that you collect. You know, it's your typical collection type thing, only in a light gun game on rails. But you shoot these brains, these golden brains, and you collect like 15 of them per level. But a lot of them, the action will pan over to the brain, and then as soon as your brain registers that brain, the
It's gone.
camera swings back and you can't shoot it. So you have to be ready and waiting for
But
it.
yeah, you basically have to know where.
Yeah,
all
it's
the
a little bit
lines
of
are.
memorization.
Yeah. But that's pretty cool. It's definitely worth the $11. I mean, if you're one of the 18 million people or however many there are that have a Wii and a Wii
And
and
you're
a
over
scale.
I believe
18.
it's 18 quintillion people
Yeah.
have a Wii.
So
And you're over 18.
yeah. Put a second game on your Wii game shelf besides Wii Sports, and that game should be House of the Dead Overkill.
I agree.
Yes.
It does not benefit from Wii Motion Plus.
Sadly, it did not.
No.
But we'd also played another zombie game.
Yeah, Harlo Mackie and I played Zombies, which is a
That's
tabletop game.
3 exclamation points.
Yeah, 3.
This is not new to us.
Not new at all, but we haven't talked about it before. I don't
Right.
think.
How do you describe it?
It's a
It's like Risk with zombies.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Not really.
It's more-
It's kind of like Carcassonne. If
Yeah.
no.
yeah, the tile-based
Well,
thing.
yeah, but you don't take control of areas. Basically,
Right. Okay.
every turn you pull a tile, and you expand the world, and you try to either kill zombies or escape to the helicopter.
Right.
And
But instead of your typical board game, and this is a new concept to some people, is instead of your typical board game where you got a specific set board, you have these little square tiles, and so the board is different every time. Everyone draws a tile, they pick where they want it to go, and you basically build the city. Each tile gets a certain number of zombies. You're the little guy, and you're trying to escape and or kill enough zombies to win.
yeah, roll dice to move, roll dice to kill zombies.
Right.
You get
Event
little
cards.
event cards that you
Yeah.
can play and fuck each other over. And
A lot of that.
Oh.
So bring your friends.
Oh, we almost came to blows on
yeah,
because I got
You got double fucked.
yeah I had stored up all you have life, which is represented by little hearts, and you can store up extra ones of those. There's also bullets you can store up, which help your rolls in fighting zombies. And I had a whole bunch stockpiled, and then everyone started throwing cards at me that took everything away.
yeah.
And I was just getting more and more angry because I wasn't even I was like in last place at that point, and I wasn't sure if anyone was just trying to kill me or what the hell was going
Yeah,
on.
we were kind of even. We were all like within
Yeah.
1 or 2 zombies of
Yeah.
killing. Because this game ended up, like, generally speaking, you either kill 25 zombies or you escape to the helipad and thus win the game.
Yeah.
But the way our city ended up somehow being built, the helipad was rendered moot because it couldn't be placed.
Yeah.
We basically blocked our city down where there was no escape route inadvertently. So it was a kill a certain number of zombies, and that was the only way we could win. But highly, highly fun.
Yeah.
I think the base game runs about $25. I want to say the base set.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
You really should have at least 3 people playing.
Yes.
We have. How
Well, yeah,
many,
you have to have 3.
What have we had most? Like 4 or 5? 5?
I
I
think
think
we did
4 is
5.
5. No.
Yeah.
We did have 5.
Yeah.
I think we did 5.
Yeah.
Because I think Silent Gen was there, and
I was there.
TStrel was there also for
Yeah.
one.
I would recommend if you go and you somewhere that like you're in any good gaming store beyond your Toys R Us type of place. I mean a proper gaming store, a pen and paper type of
Card
place.
Dungeon or
Yeah. Yeah, find one of those places, and if they don't have it, I'm sure they can order it. You can get it online. But I would recommend buying another bag of zombies because 100 come in the pack, which sounds like plenty. You can run out.
Yeah.
We
I think
have-
our first
we
game
have.
we came close to running out,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Well, considering the last game, I won with 25 zombies. You had both of you guys had 24, didn't you?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Or
if you
something.
had
So,
more
I mean,
players,
you think about that,
and plus
and
there's
then-
still some on the
Yeah,
board.
there were
3
still
players,
a bunch
yeah.
on board.
3
Yeah.
players, that's 75 zombies right there.
But yeah, I mean, personal opinion, there are a lot. There,
Zombies.
I mean, there's at least like 8 expansions to this game,
Yeah.
changing the rules up from everything from there's a military base one, there's a carnival one with zombie clowns, which sounds more fun than it actually is.
Yeah.
Way more fun.
But there's a bunch of different themes, and there's a lot of humor in this game too.
The cards are pretty
they're
goofy.
pretty goofy and funny, and a dark sense of humor to a lot of these. Very much inspired by like Evil Dead. Most of the pictures all look kind of like Ash.
yeah.
So, but I mean, it's
Yeah, and there
it's
was
good
one
stuff.
that had dogs in it that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
was
a lot harder.
What I would recommend is if you want to try an expansion,
buy the
or if
one
you
that's
want-
just cards.
or if you I don't really consider that an expansion. That's
Okay.
just more like a add-on,
Mm-hmm.
or DLC. I don't know. It's like horse armor. But
It's
if
a
you
little
want
better
to,
than
if you
Horse
want to
Armor.
play one of the expansions, it's really better to play it by itself, because the expansions, unless you have a giant ass table and
Yeah.
a lot of time, the expansions will really just your game board will explode.
the
for one.
expansions only really work if you've got like 6 people playing.
Yeah.
If you've
And-
got
and
a
a
ton
huge
of people,
table.
if you've only got 3 people, you don't want to try the expansions
Yeah.
just because it segments the game up too much.
Yeah.
There's not, people. One group always ends up in the expansion, the other group ends up in the starting area.
Right.
So it's kind of it doesn't. It's not as much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
if this is all very confusing, feel free to send us an email, talk@noquarters.net. We'll send you pictures of like what a final game board looks like, so you can get an idea
Yeah.
of how massive we're talking about.
But yeah, the company that makes it is Twilight Creations.
Right.
So if you look them up,
yeah.
yeah,
The-
they
the-
have an
the
unfortunate
name- name. It's unfortunate now.
name, but it's Twilight Creations.
Yeah.
And
But
Yeah.
very cool. And they have a lot of info.
The
about
funny
it
thing
on
is
their
they
website.
actually we haven't tried it yet, but they have a counterpart game called Humans, where you play the zombies instead.
but
really,
Yeah, exactly the opposite rules.
we're gonna have to play that.
Yeah.
yeah. And like I said, if you're going to play one of the expansions, if you get the game and you like it and you're going to play one of the expansions, you should probably play the expansion by itself if it's less than 5 people,
Right.
I'm going to say.
And there's
also there are a lot of rule changes in the expansions and a lot of expanded rules, and there are different types of zombies, and they're just all
It can
sorts
get
of weird
complicated.
stuff.
It's
It
fun
gets
to make
really complicated,
but
so
it's fun to make up your own rules.
Yeah, you
kinda.
can. It's very much open to that. They actually sell one of the expansions is a set of blank tiles and a set of blank cards to make your own.
right. And in fact, in my wallet, I have a blank zombies card because they give you with the regular game
they
they
give you
give
a
you a
couple.
blank tile and 2 blank cards. So if you want to make up your own event card, you can just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we've actually been considering a rule that if you come in contact with another player, it becomes you can actually like duel the other person.
Right.
Because I mean, in a zombie situation, you do what you can to survive, and if another person's
We keep trying to figure out how to make that
Yeah.
work.
I'm
It's me or
taking your
you.
shotgun, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and there's some very confusing ones. I actually have one. I think it's called 6 Feet Under, where it actually incorporates a subway system. So
Yeah.
in essence, you pretty much have to build a subway underneath your existing city and get in and out of it at certain points. So you can imagine that gets a little confusing
Yeah.
in a 2D realm. But anyway, we highly recommend it. And even though I've never won a game of zombies,
Still,
Hey,
you're
I'm
he's
like
still-
0
like
and 8.
0
Yeah,
you're more
10.
than that,
Yeah.
0 and
You're
10.
way more
Shush.
than that.
I am the king of losing at zombies,
And then there's
but not Batman.
there's another non-video game that we play called Munchkin, and you've
No.
TStrel never
doesn't-
learned to
yeah,
read.
so he can't play.
Yeah.
It's kind of a text-based mud.
Yeah, it's $40 a month
Yeah.
to get the cards. No,
No.
it's a
I think did we touch on Munchkin
I don't know.
once?
well, it's
I
a
believe we did one of the deleted.
Oh.
it's
One
a
of
it's
our
a
crash
sketch
casts.
that.
yeah it's a card-based game, and it's from Steve Jackson.
Yes.
Steve Jackson Games, and apparently
If you say that in a gaming place, you will see sweaty neckbeard guys cream their pants
right,
when they hear the name Steve Jackson.
yeah, it's
So you don't want to say it.
No,
Yeah, you
I mean
keep
unless you're into
keep
that.
to yourself.
You know.
yeah, it's pretty fun, but it requires you to read the cards, and it's all end game for the most part. It's really fun up until the end game.
Yeah, I kind of prefer zombies over
Yeah,
Munchkin, just because Munchkin is
you might
20 minutes of everyone getting up to level 9, and then about an hour and a half
Yeah.
of everyone fucking each other over.
basically you should play to level 9 and then fist fight each other for the win. That's probably the quickest way.
Yeah,
Munchkin can only end in Thunderdome.
I could see friendships destroyed by Munchkin.
There were almost
We've-
friendships destroyed. One
Yeah,
night.
there was one night I stormed out. I was like, I can't take this anymore.
I give up. God, fuck you. Do it live.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Now imagine me playing a Batman Challenge Room, and that was the same reaction.
I'm surprised you still have a TV left.
Me too.
Speaking of playing and getting together to play, I have a complaint that I'd like to throw out to the gaming industry at large.
Uh-oh.
It's not a big, it is a big one, but
Yeah.
Is it
Not
about
enough
Is it
mods.
about heavy weapon locking up?
no.
Oh, okay.
Is it the $40 fee? For your...
Fuck you, man. I had fun. What did you have? Toast?
Graphics.
Fuck.
I have
You could buy a
expensive
lot of
drums.
fucking toast for $40.
Yeah, you have a $300
I have expensive
drum set.
drums,
Fuck
yeah.
you.
You could buy like 10 loaves of bread and a toaster for $40.
DJ Hero Renegade Edition. Fuck yourself.
Hey, guess what? I'm done paying for it.
No, you're not.
Yeah. $40 a month
Yep.
What?
just to have DJ Hero Renegade Edition.
Right. 40
They
bucks.
charge me $40.
$40 a month for 5 months,
Yeah.
at least.
You
And
confused
then
me.
we can start counting your Ion
Anyway.
drum kit and all your 19 Rock Band guitars.
That's fine. Anyway,
The
it was,
Tony-
you,
Only got
you were going to
4.
talk about something that you had a complaint
The
about.
industry at large.
Oh yes, my complaint to the industry at large, if you're listening, fucking local co-op, please. Like at least 2-player, and then really try for the 4-player. There's a reason that you can connect 4 controllers to all these fucking game systems, besides the Wii, because the Wii doesn't count as a game system.
It does for.
You can connect for.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Matter of
I
fact,
said
you can connect 4.
The reason
You
you
can
can't count
play
it is because
Connect
it's
4
not
on
a
it,
game
yeah.
system.
Your PC, you cannot connect for.
No.
Sure you
'cause the-
can.
Well,
Yeah,
Oh, you can daisy chain them, right?
No, you can get that
USB
Xbox
hub.
doohickey.
Oh,
yeah, you can get
okay.
game
Anyway.
controllers, but
Local co-op.
God damn it, local co-op. I mean, I can't tell you how many games I've wanted to actually sit in. Almost all of them. I want to sit in a room with somebody and actually like drink beers,
Ghostbusters.
hang out,
That
and
game
high
should've
five
been
each other.
Co-op.
You know.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and play some fucking local co-op.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostbusters.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Left 4
with
Dead.
2 players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, if you make a game with 4 characters, is
Yeah.
a licensed game, it better have 4-player co-op.
if you make a game with
Ghostbusters.
4 characters, I mean, hello, Left 4 Dead. You already got. You can do 2.
4 Dead. Why? What? 4
Yeah.
Dead.
They should have called it Left 2 Dead.
There you go.
I want to fucking high five somebody, you know, when we do something cool, or
That's
you know,
why
I don't
Rock
wanna,
Band rules.
I don't want to have
4-player co-op.
I don't want to have to strap a headset on and talk to somebody in Namibia who's going to call me, you know, racial slurs all day. I want to play with, you know, my friends in a room.
Never mind.
Rock
Yeah, don't
Band.
go there. Yeah. Rock Band is a shining example of co-op, and there's some versus modes, but also it works well
I gotta tell you,
locally
it's
and
also,
it works well online.
It's also a shining example of getting your value for the dollar.
Oh yeah. I
Well,
mean,
for
how-
you especially.
you have played more Rock Band, I think, than
You guys were talking about
I've been
how
alive.
some of your games were costing you about $3 an hour for gameplay.
Give or
Yeah.
take. Well,
I
you know.
think I'm down to about a nickel.
No, you're
Yeah.
less than that.
For
You have-
Probably. I think it's free by now.
I think, honestly, if we wrote a letter to Harmonix, they would give you back your $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
As
just,
much as you've played that game.
Yeah.
And as many people, well, all 4 of us have bought the whole setup.
Right.
As well as Rock Band 2 on the first night.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't
Yeah.
buy Rock Band 2 because
Right.
I'm broke all the fucking time. But
That's because you're paying $40 a month for months.
Yeah, we know where that $40 went. Shut up.
my secret has been discovered.
Yeah.
Beware the air.
Every time you're broke now, that's when you're getting
That's
that
gonna be
thrown
the
back.
excuse.
I told you. You saw my account was canceled.
Yeah, yeah.
Call him Mud Broke.
Canceled yesterday.
Broke in the mud.
Yeah, till your tax return check shows up.
Yeah. Then I'm going to buy like 12 months.
I'm buying a castle, bitch. And marriage.
I might get married to you.
It's only $480 if I pay for a year.
Right. But, shit, all 4 of us own at least Rock Band 1 and all the fucking instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And I
A 2 and Lego. A Beatles.
I've played like
Yeah.
maybe 10 hours on my copy, but on TStrel's copy, I think I've played like 30.
No.
Actually, probably more
More than
like
that.
60.
Probably paid more,
I mean,
more
we
like
did the damn
120.
endless set list. So
Yeah, we did do
that's-
the endless
Yeah,
set
it's
list, which
7
was
right there.
7 hours right there. And how many fucking drunken nights have we spent playing Rock Band till 4 in the
It
morning?
was 2 nights a week for
for a long time.
for about 7 months.
Do you have this
Yeah.
on your calendar?
No.
If you
Okay.
look at his calendar
It
from
was
like
good
2008
times.
and 2009, it's like RB, 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 RB.
You know,
RB.
that game didn't leave my Xbox until Rock Band 2 came out.
We know.
Yeah, and then Rock Band 2 probably didn't leave your Xbox for a long time.
It left today because I tried real hard to play that lost game. It's just not.
With Via Domus.
Yes.
Via dumbass.
Via dumbass.
Hiding the banyan trees.
Fuck that game, motherfucker.
God, I forgot about the banyan trees.
How can you forget about the banyan
That's the
trees?
best part of Lost
Hey,
Via
son.
Domus.
Hey, son, over here.
Over here.
I'm
in
the worst
banyan
John Locke
trees.
sounding guy ever.
Did they really not get the...
Oh, no.
No, it's the only person they
Jesus.
didn't get.
No,
so they
no.
did-
Sawyer was different, too.
No,
for
yeah,
sure.
Sawyer was bad.
He was just,
I
he
haven't
was,
run into him yet.
but he
That's how
just
bad the
sounded
game is.
like
I
more
can't-
like him than John Locke did.
So they didn't
Anyway.
get the actual actors to do
Some
the
of them.
voices.
Some of them.
I think some of them, but
Fuck
they were
you,
the,
video
some of them
games.
that were in there were just like you could tell they were like just fulfilling some kind of contract obligation
Right.
because they were just like, yeah, you need to find your suitcase. It's over there. You'd be like, okay. He's like, oh, plane crashed.
Yep, sucks.
Yeah,
I
we
gotta-
almost died.
I
Yep.
gotta get my boy
Black,
off this
black
island.
smoke, polar bear, blah, blah, blah.
Double dribble. What? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Your cost wrecked.
Speaking of double dribble, did we talk NBA Jam?
Yes, we talked.
What, the
NBA
new one or
we
the
talked
new one?
enough NBA Jam?
Yes,
last
we
week.
talked. We talked our
We
hatred.
talked too much about NBA Jam.
I put a comment up on the episode 3 that's got the voice artist's name because he's important.
Oh, the Boom Shakalaka guy.
Yeah, boom shakalaka. And there's actually an interesting article that you can read from like 1997 that tells all about the making of NBA Jam. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Excellent.
You should probably cut this part because it's fucking boring, and we already talked about shit like this.
No, you are adding.
you-
You are adding value to the previous conversation right now.
This is like extra text content.
This is bonus. This is
Yeah.
DLC right here.
This is like an extra
Free
character
DLC.
slot and a non-noobified area
Yeah.
right here.
Oh god, I never should.
Yeah. One thing we forgot to mention when playing House of the Dead is I got a new stereo. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but
yes!
I fried the center channel and the rear channels of my old receiver.
You
Too
also
much-
rub the nubs off your Xbox controller. I want to point that out.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they're completely
Wow.
smooth. I've played a lot of Xbox
No
apparently.
fucking kidding.
Maybe it's just because I'm always gripping the controller so hard that my
So much-
thumb has
so much
my thumb
rage.
has ripped off the little nub.
How come I just keep using my knife? Oh, I'm pushing the trigger down.
Yeah, but we
Too much dialogue in your
we
movies,
hooked up
probably.
my new stereo and I could not get I had the Xbox and the TiVo and the PS3. They all went HDMI because I could finally had a receiver that did HDMI.
It's got fucking 4 HDMI
Yeah.
ports on it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and so I put one out to the TV, and then I could not get the Wii to work. I had it on component 1, and I'm just like, why is it not accepting any of this? I could hear sound, but I could never hear the video. So BJ's finally like, oh, where's the manual? I'm like, oh, fuck that thing. I threw that out.
The manual. A man uses a manual.
Yeah, we found the manual, and he's finally in the complete irony of ironies. We had to set it to Blu-ray disc to get the Wii to work through the component inputs. And I was like, really? So like the lowest def thing goes on the Blu-ray input. And he's like, yeah,
It's not
yeah.
even 480i.
Yeah. He's like,
Going
hit
to
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
So we hit Blu-ray, and boom, it pops up right on the
Shakalaka.
screen. And apparently the receiver upscales it to 1080i,
Somehow.
which is pretty awesome.
You can't tell.
I
'cause
mean,
it's
yeah, it still looked like crap.
0 times 0 is
Yeah.
0.
I'm going to upscale my 3DO.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now whenever I want to play Wii, I have to hit Blu-ray
Hit the
on,
Blu-ray
on my
button.
remote to turn on the Wii.
It does have like a Blu-ray on the Wiimote.
Yeah,
That's how you can remember.
yeah, that totally justifies all of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why the receiver was set up that way.
Yeah. It's just that it's
I'm
just
sure
that
you
that
could get
input-
in there and change the names of the
yeah,
inputs,
I know,
but
but still,
That input is the default
Yeah.
Blu-ray input.
I believe my Xbox is on my Blu-ray on my receiver.
And
so everything but the PS3.
But the PS3,
is-
yes.
is
Well,
hooked up
I'm
for-
sure it could go Switch, but you know, whatever.
speaking of TVs, it's going to be a new era for video games because I'm getting my tax return, which is my yearly government savings program. Basically, because I can't save money because I don't have any. I let the government
That
save
makes
it
it
for
tough
me.
to save money.
It does. I let the government save it for me every year, and then they give me a lump sum in the form of a check from the IRS. So I'll actually be buying a TV for myself, for me to covet. So I will be playing a whole lot more video games and getting a whole lot less action from my girlfriend. I'm looking forward
we
to.
can't wait.
I'm really.
We are super excited about this.
I'm really looking forward to the video games.
I don't know how to respond to that response because I'm not.
Hey man, because video games are awesome.
Oh, that's not where my mind went.
That's why. And maybe we'll finally be able to do Mad Moxie DLC.
Well, see, and that's the thing.
Because he
is-
wants action with my girlfriend.
I was
Well,
like, what are you playing
no.
pinch hitter or something?
No.
she's been in my bed twice this year, and that's not a lie.
Whoa,
Once.
Twice.
3 times a lady.
4.
So anyway, yeah. So
Yeah.
the girlfriend's getting kicked out. The TV's getting kicked in.
I'm just gonna. This actually.
The TV does heat up and get warm, so you can cuddle with it.
Sweet. Well, no, I'm just gonna have my Xbox in bed with me, and that'll provide enough heat until
Till you get the red ring.
the end of time.
Oh,
Man, we went from
Too
1 a
soon.
week to like
Yeah.
4 a week
Yeah.
for an episode now.
We're
but
in rough shape here.
no, I guess this podcast is actually my official declaration that I'm dumping her because I'm gonna have too many video games to play.
you might want to do it in a format that she might possibly
Yeah.
receive that in.
Right. She's gonna call me
No,
up.
it was on the internet. Fuck.
Duh, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you
Oh.
should have heard of it.
There's like 5 people who have heard it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, I'm excited to be getting the
it's
TV.
on Twitter like right now somehow.
Yeah. Somebody's retweeted it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna.
that
dump
was
her.
me.
But it will be good times to be able to play like Borderlands and
Yeah.
all those other games that you never get to play online anymore.
Right. And I'll get to play some co-op games because a lot of fucking games you can only play fucking co-op online.
You're going to have to
Fucking
borrow Blood on the
assholes.
Sand from Harlo. So we can play through Blood on the
Boost
Sand.
me up, Fitty!
No, you're out.
Why am I out?
I don't know, because you're too good at Batman.
Oh,
Which only means that you would be even better at Blood on the Sand.
yes. We'd be on the same team.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tony Yayo can't be better than 50.
I would be Tony Yayo.
There's no fisticuffs.
So
So.
I just want to declare that I'm going to kill a whole motherfucking generation.
I'm gonna kill your whole motherfucking generation! Hey, Fitty, give me a boost!
Hit that big ass ramp.
Fitty, hit that big-ass ramp! God, that shit's
I
annoying.
can't wait to play that game.
Oh, I know.
Well,
I can't wait.
Yes, you apparently can because you've had it for like 2 months now.
Yes, and I can't wait.
Oh, okay.
Does not want to play it with you. Can you make that any
Oh,
clearer?
Yeah.
sorry.
Fuck you is the sentiment.
That's all right. I'm the goddamn Batman. I don't need a Robin.
Yeah, go bat your mans.
Yeah. No, but we'll play some co-op, and we'll finally be able to do freaking
Some
Mad
coop.
Moxie DLC. So
Woohoo.
since we'll all be together
Yes.
and can do it at once.
I don't have my
Yes.
whole screen.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll have my own.
You'll have your whole screen too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking sit so close to that fucking TV. I ain't shitting you. I'm gonna be like,
You're gonna eat crackers in bed.
yes,
You're gonna be all up in that TV, aren't you?
be all up in it. And I'm gonna have like picture-in-picture with the fucking game facts so I can cheat.
Oh god.
I'm so excited about this.
I can tell.
Apparently. I'm excited just from pure excitement.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
Video game excitement.
When you haven't had your own TV for like a year
Yeah.
that you can play your own games on and just be by yourself and with other people online or whatever.
And not have your dad like waking up in the middle of it.
Right.
If you honestly pull up game facts on the picture-in-picture, you have to take a picture and send this to me.
Oh, I'm going to. It will happen.
Okay.
And the main reason why is because fuck you collection quests.
No,
Yes, I agree.
I just find it funny that you're gonna actually do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be hooked up to my PC
Okay.
so I can watch porn in 40 inches too.
All right.
Yes.
Full disclosure.
Sweet.
Hey. No holds.
You're gonna need it with that TV and the lack of girlfriend.
Right. I'm going to have porn like on the picture-in-picture while I'm playing video games, so I'm going to do double duty.
I don't want to know what kind you watch. Derailed.
He's
But
just
it's
gonna
gonna
play
be-
Dragon Age. He's gonna hit surprise me when he goes to the end.
No, I'm actually the reason I'm getting the TV is so I can play Dragon Realms in 40-inch. I can play a text-based game on a giant TV.
You'll be able to read that a lot easier.
Yeah, I'll read it. I'm actually going to turn it on its side so I can lay in bed. And
If you pay like $80 a month, can you get like 16-point font?
it's an option in the front end to change the font size.
Okay.
Can you change it so it's like papyrus?
Yeah,
It'll be like playing Avatar.
I want to play it in Wingdings.
it doesn't work.
No.
No.
Oh.
Go smiley face.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell what's going on.
Go G Clef.
Right. All right.
But,
Let's take a break, and then we come back. We'll give you some value picks.
Oh, really?
How about that?
Yeah,
You just want to make me find more music.
I do. You've got like 3,000
Yeah.
songs.
Oh,
to pick
yeah.
from.
and you're good at it.
Okay. Like
Here's-
Batman.
Also, Borderlands DLC, I guess, will be out soon with a level cap increase, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
they
should
haven't
run-
officially announced it, but they have said that there will be a level cap
Yeah.
increase. So thank
So,
God.
so it's coming out soon. So you'll be able to go over level 50, which
And
is
I will go
and let's
back
pray
into
it's
that
more
game.
Zombie Island of Dr. Ned than Mad Moxie.
yeah. Maybe if it could be like the Zombie Island of Mad Moxie.
I want to go kill unicorns.
Fuck unicorns.
And
And
manatees.
The
And love.
Sure.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes or a few seconds for you.
welcome back. No
Hey,
quarters.
No Quarters podcast.
Now is the part in the podcast where we give value picks.
And I think,
Games we like that are cheap.
yep.
Yes.
So you can buy them and play them and be just like us.
Only cooler.
Generally speaking, yes.
Right. So I've got my my value game pick, and by the time you hear this podcast, it hopefully will be available at this price, and it should hopefully be still at this price. But it's Splosion Man on the Xbox 360 arcade. It's a side-scrolling, your dude blows up game, and it's a shitload of fun, especially if you can play it co-op, because you can kind of explode each other, and it's sort of a puzzle game. But it's going to be like 400 space dollars. Something like that next week. 400
Or the
Microsoft
week
points, which
This
is
comes out.
yeah,
The first week of February.
first week of February, and that's $5
Yes.
in
It will
real
be-
money.
Yes, $5 in American currency.
That's
But-
like a whole
A whole foot long.
foot
yes.
long. Yeah.
That is 1/8 of the monthly expenditure for Dragon Realms Premium.
He was trying to do that math, but it confused him.
Yeah,
No, I'm good at math.
Oh.
numbers good, letters bad. But,
Okay.
Yeah, buy Splosion Man because it's pretty fucking awesome, and I think all four of us are gonna buy it and do some coop.
Exploding. Yeah, because we were thinking about it anyway, and it just happened to be the one that's coming up, so
Yeah,
it was a no-brainer to hold
Yeah.
off.
Very much
it's
so.
a great simple game that kind of gets complex, but some of the
It's got a
just
nice, goofy sense of humor
yeah,
to
it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Buy it or die.
Yeah, probably still even worth the $10 normal price.
Yeah.
800 space points.
Bunch of levels and shit. Mm-hmm. Harlo?
Okay, mine's kind of a twofer, and that's sort of a cop out, but I want to I want everybody to be able to experience this, and that is my first choice would be available for consoles, and that's 360 and PS3. Unfortunately, not Wii. I don't
Fuck
believe.
the Wii.
But that's Civilization Revolution.
Oh, Civ-Rev.
Civ-Rev.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I think
A
you can see where I'm
simplified
going.
version of Civilization 4.
Which is the other pick. If you're a PC person, you're generally, I hate to say it, but you're probably smarter, probably a little bit more pro at games, and that's a full blown, not dumbed down version. Maybe a little too complex at some points, but they're both great games in their own right. I have and enjoy both of them,
Yeah.
but for different reasons. But Civ-Rev is a lot of fun.
I actually like Civ-Rev a little better.
Yeah, it's fun because the simplified it doesn't make it less fun, really. I mean, it's my only complaint about Civ-Rev is that they felt the need to throw in Simlish, if you will,
Yeah,
for the characters.
It gets annoying.
That's a little annoying. Other than that, I think it's a fantastic game, and it for that type of game to translate that well onto a console just shows how well
Yeah.
they did that. Because
It feels like they streamlined it in
Yeah.
all the right places.
Yeah. I played the demo and immediately wanted to buy it.
yeah, and it's if you can find it. I mean, GameStop lists it as $20 pre-owned. And
pretty good
apparently,
deal.
you can buy it right off the store online. I believe
it's
it-
$30.
Am I speaking out of turn? There is a PS3 version. I'm pretty sure there is.
I'm pretty sure
It's not listed on GameSpot anymore, or Stop. I keep saying it backwards.
Yeah.
Anagrams. And
Right.
but yeah, I mean, if you can find it, it's available for both, and probably pretty cheap in a used bin. But yeah, and $20 on Steam for Civ 4. That's just the
yeah.
game. I believe there's some expansion stuff, but the plain vanilla game is probably good enough for you.
Yeah.
And it goes on sale fairly often, so if you really want to, watch out for a bundle with Warlords and Beyond the Sword.
Yeah. Well, and Steam always comes up.
It comes up as on all their
as a sale
sales.
on Steam.
Everything comes up
Sooner
as a
or
sale,
later,
sale
yeah.
on Steam.
Yeah, but shop around. They're good value games, especially. I mean, Civ 4 is like the spend hours upon hours of your life playing kind of game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Civ 5, both of them are quite good.
Very cool. My pick, Crackdown. We've,
Hell
we've
yeah.
mentioned it enough times. And because it was bundled with the Halo 3 beta, you can find there are tons and tons of copies out there. So you
Yeah.
can find a used one for like less than $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the frat boys
And-
went out and bought it for Halo and didn't realize it was actually a great game in and of its
Yeah.
own right.
And hopefully they played it because that game really is freaking awesome. It's just all sandbox. It's a superhero sandbox game and done really well. Story doesn't really matter, but it's just fun to level up your guy and just do crazy, crazy stuff. Crazy weapons, crazy abilities, crazy
Cars.
everything. Yeah.
The cars kind of suck, but
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you need a car to get around in that game,
That level 4 semi truck was
Don't
not that bad.
It's kind of cool, but
Leveling your driving is the most painful,
Yeah.
short of
Yeah.
finding the orbs.
yeah.
But yeah,
But I mean, obviously, the level you're driving for the achievement. But if you're using the cars to get around, then I think you're
Yeah.
playing that game wrong.
Grand Theft Auto is not.
No.
It is jump like the Hulk through the city.
Yeah, and it's a fun co-op
And
game
fucking
too.
smash stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of modes for co-op. You can do like time trials and all sorts of crazy bullshit.
Yeah, or you can just wander around the city and do whatever you feel
Yeah.
like doing.
and shoot rockets at things.
Yeah.
You know.
And your friend can be on one end of the city, you can be on the other. It doesn't
Yep.
matter.
Yeah, it's really open world co-op done really, really well.
Yeah, I was looking because I wanted to pick Infamous, but it's still $40.
Yeah.
So
It
not
still
quite in the
hasn't
value
dropped.
game range. PS3 games sometimes take a while to go, and especially if they're semi-good selling, considering there's so few good games on the PS3, unfortunately. But
well,
yeah,
at least exclusives.
yeah, at least exclusives. But it's another one. It's another great open world superhero thing. But wait, it'll be cheaper. Need like
Yeah.
the greatest hits, whatever they call them. All right.
But yeah, that's I would pay full price for Crackdown still.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Yeah, even though I'm not super jazzed about the idea of Crackdown 2, I'm definitely going to go get it regardless, just because I don't care. I mean, at a certain point, I stopped caring about what was actually happening story-wise in Crackdown, and it was far more fun to just leap around a realized city like that.
Was there a story in that game?
Something about some gangs.
No. Yeah, I thought you just fucking killed people until it told
Yeah.
you won,
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
and then you can still, after you win, go
the
around
guy would
and blow
say,
shit up.
"I could see my house from here."
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I mean, those.
The pedestrians were great in that game.
Yeah, especially smashing them, like
Mm-hmm.
jumping from the top of a 100-story building and then doing the power slam down onto the ground and destroying
Mm-hmm. Just watching
a
people go
gaggle of
flying.
yeah, or picking up a car and throwing it at a group of civilians.
Just
Fucking
good,
awesome.
clean fun.
Yeah, it was just like being Optimus Prime in the Transformers game.
Yes, exactly like
That
that.
was my favorite episode.
Yep. All right, so there you go. Games. Buy them.
Yay.
Have fun playing
Buy
them.
them, play them.
So,
Do it.
are we done rambling about MMOs and everything else?
I hope we're
think
done
for a long
rambling
time.
about MMOs for a long time.
Mud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Muds, however.
Muds. we can go on
Text-based
forever.
muds.
Text-based games are the future.
Yeah.
Facts-based games are the future.
Coming up next week, we're going to talk Pimp Wars and Trade Wars.
Trade Wars, yes.
No, Trade Wars
Sector
had
85.
pictures.
Well, okay, ASCII pictures.
Yeah, but still
All right.
So you're saying it wasn't pure?
not pure.
Not
exactly.
pure. No. It was unclean.
It was tainted by ASCII.
Tainted by images.
It tainted ASCII.
Oh, I hate that.
Whoa! What about ANSI? Was ANSI okay?
Nope.
No.
No images whatsoever.
Not even a little smiley face that would roll around.
No, if you put a smiley face, you'll get banned.
What won't get you banned in
life.
Dragon Realms? Just
Playing the game.
You just
All right.
gotta be real strict about it.
okay.
Okay, so
I'll
why
keep
don't
that
I-
in mind when I join.
Why don't I tell everybody how to get in touch with us?
Yeah,
at the
you should
very
do
end of
that.
this epically
That's good
long.
because I do it on the other podcast.
Right.
And
So,
I'm busy reading.
the first and foremost place to look for us, hopefully you may have already visited there, is noquarters.net,
.net.
which contains the website with links to, post comments, email us, subscribe in iTunes, which we highly recommend subscribing in iTunes. Go in there, search for No Quarters, should find us, rate us, give us a review. You can also send us email to talk@noquarters.net. And if you feel so inclined, if you're on them social networks, we're on Twitter at NoQuartersNet, and on the Facebook, just search
That's
for
Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. Search for No Quarters
Yep.
and become a fan. And we haven't done much with it yet, but that's because really nobody's on there yet.
Yeah.
But
And we're going to start doing a little bit of maybe some blogging action
Yes.
on the No Quarters
Yeah.
as we kind of get out of the post-holiday funk and into the swing of playing video
Actually
games.
playing games.
yeah, well, there's some pretty big releases kind of starting today with Mass Effect 2. We've got some big games coming out in the next month or two.
Games I won't play until 2012.
Until we're done and let you borrow.
Hey,
them.
you'll have
Yes.
a TV, so
Yeah.
you will start being able to
At
play
least
these
I can
games.
play them when I borrow them.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, if you feel like writing a review, if you have something to say about a game, and you feel that your vibe kind of matches with ours, feel free to email us at talk@noquarters.net, and
We'll make you famous on the internet.
We'll see about posting your stories on our site an outlet for you to rant and rave.
Works for me.
All right.
Well, thanks, TStrel, for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Sorry, you don't play more games, and
Yeah, we tend to talk a lot,
I
in
noticed.
case you notice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We throw down.
Let's see next time you come on, and you'll just talk the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it.
Yep.
You'll get drunk with power.
or just drunk.
See, I can, yeah. Or we'll just get you drunk, and then you'll just ramble.
They don't get you drunk.
NoQuarters.net. We'll get you fucked up.
But thanks for joining us.
IGN.com.
Thank you.
I'm Mackie,
I'm the Beach.
I'm Harlo.
and
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
All right.
Oh, what does T? Yeah, why not? We'll let him say goodbye.
Bye. I'm the TStrel. No. Wait.
That's
That
top
you gotta
top
edit-
ranked
edit
rock
that out.
bander
Yeah.
TStrel.
Top ranked rock band
yeah, it's
vocalist.
We'd say
slipping,
be
it's
his friend on Xbox Live, but shit,
Yeah,
he's already
he
ain't
too
got no
many.
room.
He got
for
too
your
many
ass.
friends.
It's full.
TStrel, the man at Rock Band. When it comes to rock banding, he is the best that we know.
Yes.
And this has been No Quarter, so have fun, play games.